Got the feeling looking in your eyes, like I've known you a million years. And I have visions of your hand in mine, growing older, spending all the time. That's all I ever need, I swear it's true. I belong with you. I promise I do. I give my heart to you, because home is when I'm with you. And I don't care where we are tonight, we'll dance on sidewalks under city lights. We both know we'll be okay, just like an ocean and its tide. Pull me in and keep me by your side. We both know we'll find our way. I swear it's true. I belong with you. I promise I do. I give my heart to you, because home is when I'm with you. When I'm with you.
Been 2 years with my degree, and all they do is lecture me as if they think I don't already know. My friends always 2 steps ahead, living rich in a king-size bed, while I still don't know which way I should go. And I know they say we got our own path in life. Oh, I know I should be patient with time, but I can't shake this feeling that I've got inside.
I don't wanna know where I might be without you. Verse out crying all alone in the bathroom. I just wanna be by your side all the time, standing tall, your hand in mine. I don't wanna know where I might be without you, 'cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got was like 17, chasing every high, jumping off, no safety net. No, we be fire. I know when did we grow up and start to say no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. I got filters in my head, locks on all my doors. Scared of losing what I have. I don't risk things anymore. When did I wake up and start to say no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. No thrills for me. No thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. Setting all this panic in my mind. Promise, I swear I've been doing fine. No, I'm not alone and feeling like no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. 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 Oh, oh. No thrills for me. No thrills for me. Take all your banners, they say paint them white and promise you will wave them when the sky is falling down. We mind our manners, not our heads, but if we're honest, all of life's are miles behind us on the ground. And I wouldn't have it any other way, if I don't know a thing about love. I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, if I don't know a thing about love. I know about us. If we're naive, at least we think we're sure of something. I'm not worried of late losing sleep at night. We drew our lines and made up right around the middle. I'll be okay as long as you're here by my side. And I wouldn't have it any other way, if I don't know a thing about love. I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, if I don't know a thing about love. I know about us. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. And I wouldn't have it any other way, if I don't know a thing about love. I know about
All right, everybody. It's Unexpected Victory time. They're up against Ablaze Esports here at ESEA I am Action. I am your play-by-play today. Johnny Esports, joined by Wes Rambo. How you doing, my dude?
Good to be back. It's good to be back, Johnny. We just talked off stream about how we've had a very exciting day of watching sports and esports. And man, I'm hyped to watch some Counter-Strike tonight as well, especially because I had to take the week off last week where Unexpected Victory took their first tough loss. But in this case, well, they are 4-1, and they're looking to make it 5-1 today. They definitely do have the record advantage over Ablaze.
Yeah, certainly. And it was a tough opponent last week. It really felt like that was the first time, even in the close matches, it felt like that was the first time that UV1 actually had a challenge. Yeah, there's game one where it went to OT, but to me that felt like they were just started the game underperforming, and then were eventually able to come back once they were performing at their normal what we've discovered is potentially their normal level. So that felt like the real first real tough test. That was another undefeated team, and UV1 definitely are going to take from that, hopefully, and grow from there. Now they're up against the Blaze Esports, a team that, in all theories, like you're saying, just based on records, the UV1 should be much better than, but there's so much variance potentially there. Like maybe a Blaze Esports just played against a bunch of banger opponents,
Yep.
and that's it's so hard. It's so hard to predict. But all that being said, this should be a match for UV1. They're back on Inferno again. It's basically only playing Inferno and Train so far this season. So we're gonna have to see if they basically did exactly that, taking their bumps from last game, learn from them, and take it into this game. Hopefully, execute a little bit better.
Yeah, and Inferno, definitely they are strong on this map. They've put on some major performances out here. We should talk a little bit about the lineup as well, and I guess you probably went over this last time, but Juke's in for Goldie.
Yeah.
Goldie out for some, not able to commit to every single game, so they've got Jukes in, and I'm interested to see what this new player brings, because I think Goldie definitely did do a lot of work in terms of support and utility, and so they've got to be shifting that around. We know Deimos, who's taken over the lead of in-game leading as well. Deimos is really, he really likes and is really experienced with the game and really will be able to bring that sort of utility and strat knowledge to the team. But the question is, who can they get to fill in where Goldie was always holding it down, always flashing in. The amount of flash assists Goldie got over the course of last season was incredible. Vampy, obviously this amazing fragger, but you can't get those entries without really good utility usage against great teams.
Certainly.
I'm excited to see how this lineup kind of shapes up and exactly how they set up on Inferno.
Yeah, and basically it's been 2 matches now with Jukes now into the starting lineup, and he definitely plays a little differently than Goldie, I would say. Like you maybe like you were saying, but Goldie kind of just like really knew his role as kind of like that supportive role and played that really well. And he had his own pop-off moments here and there.
Out of nowhere, he would just carry. Which is awesome.
For sure.
Valuable.
For sure. But I feel like Jukes is just maybe just a little bit more of a fragger, just pure fragger than Goldie was. And he's already had some moments where he was playing real strong and had his own flashes of brilliance. Like he hasn't suddenly come into the team and been like a very just gigantic carry like maybe we've seen like other times when we've added new players to the team and they've just done so much. But he certainly is fitting into the team, at least so far, pretty decently. Again, 2 matches is tough to sell.
Yeah.
But since the one match we had him in, just because you weren't around, I'll review it for you. One match we had him in, he was actually DCing through so much of the game, so it was actually like super tough to get him going. But then once it seemed like his computer was stopped acting up and stuff, he actually like performed really well and won some really clutch rounds for the team to be able to take it down. And then the next game we saw him was again last week against a team that I just think ultimately are in a better spot than UV1 are as a team. So that's another one to really tough to judge Juke's true level when the whole team kind of had a really tough time playing in that one. But
well, at this point in the season, you are going to start running into some teams that have been playing together a long time, maybe have a lot of coordination, lots of experience with each other, able to execute certain types of skirmishes, especially like 2-man, 3-man entries and plays around corners, just that much quicker, and just that 1/2 second is all it takes to win a round, right? So that's going to be something that UV1 have to contend with. Something that I like about them, I've always liked about them since we started casting, is their ability to incorporate new players into the lineup and into their play style, and be able to, get together. I don't know what it is about sort of the culture that they've built around the team, or just the atmosphere that happens in the voice chat, whatever it is. New players don't take long to get with the UV1 system, and they don't take long to get into a place where it just feels like they've been there for months, right?
Yeah,
so
for
that's
sure.
something I really appreciate about UV1. I think that they do it really well. They've got a great, team culture around them, it seems, and we can tell that from the interviews as well. So
Yeah.
hopefully that does come into play. And Ablaze Esports, we don't know much about them. Like you said, they have a 2-3 record. It's much less impressive than UV1 so far, 5 games into the season, but ESEA is a big league. There's a lot of teams. So out of 5 games, it's something. You can take something out of it. We expect UV1 to be favored here, but there is, like you said, that chance that Ablaze have just faced against banger teams. It's a non-trivial chance. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Ablaze definitely could present a problem if UV1 aren't ready here.
Yeah, and we saw that last season in Open when UV1 did go on a big winning streak to end the kind of season, and every time we saw a team's record that we're kind of up against, we're like, UV1 should beat them. But then it ended up being a bunch of close games down the stretch.
Yes.
Because I think just those teams were actually pretty darn good, but just dropped games against other teams, and maybe they were just like all up against teams that were closer to UV1's level, so that they weren't able to kind of perform there. It's so hard to tell when the league is so big. It's not like we're watching the same teams over and over again. We get like you're in a division and you see them, you play them multiple times.
The only team we can really predict is UV1.
Yeah, pretty much. And we know what they can kind of do with the map pool and what they can kind of go. We do like them on Inferno. This a little bit new look UV1 for this season is a shade more aggressive than last season than you may have been used to, which is actually fairly comforting because it's improved their T sides certainly, but it's also come with this kind of adverse effect slightly of their CT sides aren't maybe as clean as they were before because they were so used to playing so patient before, and now they maybe are trying to keep that same level of aggression and at least in one game, it hasn't worked out for them completely. But again, it still is ever-growing thing. And I think one of the most telling things is we had Deimos. I had him in an interview last week, and I was asking him questions about whether potentially they could do different strategically or what they needed to do. But to him, it was just like, we just got to finish. Like, they just got to do what they do best and execute it better than the other team. Not his exact words, obviously, but that's kind of the vibe I got off of. Like, we believe in our strategy. We believe in the systems. And that's probably adds to your previous point of you're saying anyone can kind of come into this team and then fit into their culture and fit into what they need to do, because Deimos is running a pretty tight ship and says, hey, we got the right strategies, but you just got to do the execution properly. And they were, again, last week, just a little bit off and weren't able to get there. They're hoping just a new game, a new opponent, back on the same map, they could do better.
Yeah, you get to a point, in any competitive setting, and CSGO is such a good example of this, where you have to choose between discipline and innovation in terms of your focus. And I think that what Deimos is saying is like, discipline is more of a priority right now. Like you said, they believe in their strats. And I think that a team that is playing medium level strats really, really tightly is almost always going to beat a team who's playing really high-level mind game innovative strats, but they're a little sloppy on them, right? And there's a lot of data to bear that out. I do want to talk, just because we were talking about not being able to review these teams, I do want to talk about their next week's opponent, which is Michigan Tech Huskies. And Johnny, does that name ring a bell to you?
Yeah, didn't they? Yeah, they played them.
I think Michigan Tech were the ones who eliminated UV1 from last season.
Was that the right team? Yeah, I think that's correct.
I could be wrong, but I'm sure that Michigan Tech was way up in the standings. I think they might have even been first place or something. I don't know. It just rings a bell to me. So maybe if somebody's in chat who can remember something about Michigan Tech, I do see Grippy in chat saying Zalek is a well-rounded individual, drives a G-Wagon and a CSGO Pro. Man, I would love to be him. There we go. Oh, man, love to get that insider info. But, yeah, I want to know what's going on. Anyway, that's next week, so we don't need to belabor it too much. But
Yeah,
I'm just
I'll
curious because
definitely.
I'm sure I recognize that Michigan Tech Huskies name.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. I think that was the team that was first place that got eliminated by the team
Yeah.
before the last team UV1 played. Well, yeah, we'll have to double check that. I will make sure we got that right for next week, for next next game.
On a Blaze over here, we do have Andreer, Sasha Gray, Pei, Arturo Zeta, and Demic. I'm going to stick with Arturo over there.
Oh, yeah, that's
Sasha
probably. Or
Gray,
AZ.
great name.
You can call him AZ.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
AZ. I mean, I'll keep thinking it's AZ.
True. That's fair. That's
Should we call him AstraZeneca?
AstraZeneca? Yeah.
Anyway, maybe Arturo's a fun name to say.
Arturo's. We'll stick with Arturo. We'll go with Arturo. I'm good with that. As we're still
right.
just waiting for Jukes to get in on the server. I'm hoping the reason he hasn't connected yet isn't related to the last time where he had trouble connecting. Hopefully, we actually get him in here. We have 21 rounds of warm up so far, so hopefully we get in right away. But it could be interesting.
Yep, just hanging out.
Yeah.
It hasn't been too long. We got stuff to talk about. But yeah, you know, I like I said, I like everything that UV1's planned. I'm encouraged to hear that. I heard that from Deimos last week because, yeah, I think it's the right call for UV1. I think that they have a game plan that is going to work against these teams. They've got the skill to execute it as well. What you need is the discipline. You need to grind those hours. You need to get everybody on the same page more and more. And even though UV1, I complimented them for getting people integrated with their team quickly, still there's so much work to be done beyond just that quick band-aid fix. You can get way further with your strategies if you play over and over as a team. It just improves your levels so much. I know UV1 have the discipline to do it, so yeah, good to hear that Deimos is on track there.
Yeah, and the thing to note too with that is like, yeah, you could implement a guy and they can listen to everything you're saying. Like Deimos could shot call and be the IGL and tell him everything to do every moment. But you want to get to the point where you don't have to tell a player what to do every moment, right? Like you're gonna trust where they're gonna be. You've played a set situation so many times that you know exactly what they're gonna do. You don't have to call out for a certain flash. You just know that's what's happening. That's the point you want to get to, and it is tough when you just switch players every so often. But let's be real though, this is amateur esports, and that's gonna be a thing. Half the reason players have switched out of playing on the team is just because of real life commitments, which is obviously totally fine. While you hope for a situation where you get that kind of consistency in the players, it's there's just a reality comes in when these aren't pros all being paid to be here and they can only focus on one thing. They're not. Everyone's got lives in school or work or whatever outside of this. So there's definitely
confirmation
a lot
in the chat here. By the way, I was right. Michigan Tech was that team that went #1, and then, like you said, were eliminated. They went 16-0 in Open, Steicher says, and they were eliminated by the team that eventually also eliminated UV1. So yeah, Michigan Tech, that next week going to be a very exciting one. I'm sure that these two teams would be very, very evenly matched. But we have to see about a Blaze. Who knows what kind of matchup we're going to get here as soon as we get Jukes into the server. And I'm interested to see as well the minutia, like what side are UV1 hoping to start on. We'd love to see them start on CT side. It's something they love to do, and they're really, really good on it. They've got great aimers to do it, but their T sides on Inferno just get better and better, and they have really, really interesting, and we'll see if it's the same under Deimos, but last season they had really interesting mid-round adjustments and mid-round calls on Inferno. Really great rotational play, and Inferno just benefits that type of play so much. So either one of these teams, I always love to see kind of how an organized team approaches T-side Inferno.
Yeah, definitely, because you're kind of afforded that, hey, yeah, you can be that aggressive rush banana kind of team, or you can be that slower team that kind of waits for picks up in mid, and then a eventually chooses a site to hit altogether or whatever. But it is why it's one of my favorite maps certainly in the rotation. And I'm glad we got to see a lot of it. I do want to see more maps. To be fair, we've got it 3 times in Inferno in a row. They're even my favorite maps. I just want to see it change up eventually. But either way, it should still be another good one as Jukes is finally loaded to the server here. So hopefully we will be getting started right away. But yeah, a lot of it kind of ends up kind of coming down to what these players will end up kind of liking. Like maybe they just keep leaving Inferno up because they want to keep getting practice on this map because they want to make this like a very, very solid map for their pool once they're into like best ofs, right? Like that could be potentially huge. So they can decide to play whatever map they want. I have no control, obviously.
We only have our wishes, Johnny. We only are able to
just
long
not
for
Vertigo.
certain maps.
That's all I'm saying. Please.
You know, at this point, I don't know if I've seen a single UV1 match on Vertigo. I would be down.
I think
for
they ban it.
one
I
in
think
this
I think
season.
I think
Yeah,
I talked to Demos.
don't
I
think they wanna
believe.
play.
Yeah, Demos says he. I think I was talking to him. He said he always bans it. So.
Yeah, fair enough. They're on your side then.
Yeah.
It'd be nice. It'd be fun to see some Vertigo. I've kind of come around on the map a little bit.
Yeah.
Rather,
I casted it a couple times in a tournament a couple weeks ago, and it's like. But my biggest problem, and it's a me problem, is that it's like, man, I never play the map, so I don't know the callouts, man.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So even casting it, I'm just like, they're over there behind that pillar.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad.
Like
it's such bad
if you
casting.
know where mid is, you can really get a lot of mileage out of saying where they are in
just a
relation to mid.
Yeah, that's fair.
In any case, it'd be fun. I like Vertigo. I'd rather see Vertigo than another Mirage. Not gonna lie. But that's a debate for another day.
Yeah.
We've danced around it enough on the stream. We have the knife round coming up, and I think that UV1, if they win, will choose the CT side. UV1, they're pretty good at knife rounds, but they might choose this one.
Oh no, they got it. They got it done. They have been
We
choosing.
expect them to stay.
Or
here.
did they? I can't remember now if they chose T or last time, or if they didn't win the knife round last time. I can't remember now. But yeah, you're right. Looks like they are opting to stay where they are on the CT side and to be able to defend this one. So we'll see where we're at, folks. Unexpected victory after a loss, looking to bounce back here and get right back into it. Blaze Esports, they're sitting at 2-3, looking to get back to 500 and put themselves in a decent position for the rest of the season. It gets started now here, folks. I'm excited for game number 6 in the ESEA IM season, and we start with a pause.
Start with a little pause. Got to make sure everybody is ship shape. Hopefully nobody's having connection issues or anything like that. But yeah, UV1 starting on the defensive side. Can't gain much info just yet, except we can see what is bot, and Vampy goes up with the utility. A couple of flashes and a grenade. So UV1 do sometimes do that nade stack down mid. We've seen it a couple times. In fact, we've seen a bunch of... I think one time we saw 4 kills from that nade stack and a lot of damage. They've got it timed out nicely. But this time just 2 grenades. So we'll see what UV1 decide to do here after the pause starts. And yeah, so starting on the CT side. Now, UV1 are great aimers. It's one of this, they've all got really, really good fundamentals. They've all played Counter-Strike a long time. Zalek coming in, really kind of fitting in with that really nice aim. Demos and Vampy in particular are amazing carries. Eglet as well has amazing moments of just straight up individual play. And on Inferno, while the T side is very, very tactical, you've got to have really, really close, tight set plays. You can't play much of a default on Inferno on the T side. On the CT side, you can rely on your aim quite a bit, actually, if it's good enough. It's just about, okay, do we back off from Banana? How far up do we want to take it? When do we rotate, kind of thing. And then once you've kind of got that sorted out, plus your utility, you're just trying to aim here. So that's what UV1 are going to try to do, all on the USPs, seeing if they can find those headshots early on, and then once they get the rifles, I'll ask you, because you've seen more UV1 than I have in the last little while. Are we seeing? We've seen Inferno. Are we seeing an op pretty consistently on Inferno? And if so, who's taking it?
Yeah, it's been in Zalek's hands. It's kind of been the person who just kind of can start taking over the game once he's had the op. And you see it very, very clearly. He's extremely comfortable with that, and can kind of sometimes just patch up holes that potentially ends up coming. Like UV1, if I'm remembering correctly, they usually have Deimos and Egglet holding down the B site together. If they end up against a team that is putting a lot of pressure into Banana and stuff, they'll move Zalek over there with the op, and he'll hold it down just pretty easily. Or the opposite, if they're doing fine over there, Zalek over on the A site, holding that with the op tends to do fairly well. As I'm not sure what's happening. As
Looks like we
everyone's
might be switching servers here potentially. We'll get a bit of info on that. Yeah, but everybody has left the server, so that means that we are likely switching servers. I suppose we'll find out about that. Potentially, we take a quick break while we figure this out, or we
Yeah.
can keep trucking along and talking about UV1.
Yeah,
but,
we will take a quick break while we figure that
Sure.
out, because yeah, I just want to know what's happening. So it's how does, but I do have a bit of a update. New server, everyone's got 80 ping. We didn't even get to dispute it, so so I need to figure out what server we're
All right.
connecting to. So
guess we'll
be
look
right
for that
back.
info.
All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. I think I've been thinking too much. Hurt myself in check, but it's been one of those months where I feel everything a little too much, too deep. And I got 4 aces sitting pretty in my hand, but late at night I'm praying now the dice are gonna land until my heart is racing and I'm stressing in my sleep. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. I'm all good, I'm looking up. But baby, if I'm honest, you know I've been taking stock of every perfect little win and every close near loss I meet. And where it moves fast, run all the worst stuff. And what's my wheels are turning, it's just how to turn them off. So put some sugar on my ear and tell me something sweet. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. It's been a while, we haven't talked. I had some time to think us through. I promise I'm not looking for you, but here you are in all the words I thought I'd say. Have given up, but gotten lost in one good look in your two eyes. I'm on the floor. I thought that door was shut. I guess it's all that it takes. 6 months over, I feel so good. Are these feelings taking over me? I know I swore don't need no more. Are these feelings taking over me? Were you with both your empty arms and me with no self-control? I never stood a chance, and now I guess that it's too late. 'Cause I can barely say hello, and I know that I can hold on my peace like no hard feelings at all, and start all over again. 6 months over, I feel so good. Are these feelings taking over me? I know I swore don't need no more. Are these feelings taking over me? I think I love you too much. I think I miss you too much. Are these feelings taking over me? I think I love you too much. I think I miss you too much. Are these feelings taking over me? 6 months over, I feel sober. I know I swore don't need no more. Are these feelings taking over me? I think I love you too much. I think I miss you too much. Are these feelings taking over me? I don't wanna know where I might be without you. Verse I crying all alone in the bathroom. I just wanna be by your side all the time, standing tall, your hand in mine. I don't wanna know where I might be without you. 'Cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And have I ever mentioned I loved you from the start? I got your back. There's no one else that I'd rather come home to. Up all night, flashing lights, counting cranes out in the sky. I don't wanna know where I might be without you. 'Cause you can lift me up, baby, when I'm falling apart. I'll keep all of your secrets. You can heal all my scars. And environment, I loved you from the start. I got your best intentions, and you got my heart. 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 You got my friends ain't crooked and I'm such a mess. Spill every drink on every dress and you just smile, shake your head. Saw it coming 'cause you know me best. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with you. Promise, please, you won't go anywhere without me. You got my heart. 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 We know thrills at 17, chasing every high, jumping off no safety net. No, we be fire. I know when did we grow up and start to say no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. I got filters in my head and locks on all my doors. Scared of losing what I have. I don't risk things anymore. When did I wake up and start to say no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. No thrills for me. No thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. Setting all this panic in my mind. Promise, I swear I've been doing fine. No, I'm not alone and feeling like no thrills for me. Just trying to keep my heart from racing all the time. No thrills for me. Just setting all this panic in my mind. 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 Oh, oh. No thrills for me. No thrills for me. Take all your banners, they say paint them white and promise you will wave them when the sky is falling down. We mind our manners just nod our heads. But if we're honest, all our flags are miles behind us on the ground. And I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, any other way. If I don't know a thing about love, I know about us.
All right, folks, we are back, and we are 2 rounds in already. Blaze Esports looks like they took the first couple. We got a little bit of a deco from UV1, and we're into round 3 already.
We are in already. Ablaze with the pistol clearly and having forced up. Now UV1 with the 3rd round save as usual. And yeah, they did lose the pistol clearly. So nice work by Ablaze there. We'll see kind of who ended up with the kills once we get a break in the rounds to hit tab. We do have an A hit coming in here, and look at the presence over on B. It's like a full B stack, and there's nothing at A. So this hit is going to be pretty much uncontested.
All you, Vampy, let's see what you got. Unfortunately, Arturo is not going to let us see much more than that. They got the site. Let's see if 4 people here can retake as they're making their way through as we watch Zalek kind of get in on there. Here's Menchi meeting up with Deimos in mid. Pay, meanwhile meeting up with Egglet. Egglet's going to be able to take him down from the back, taking down Menchi. Pay does get up to him, but Zalek is there to support him up. Goes down 2 HP, but does not get taken down. That molly is going to be just enough to finish him off there. Bomb has been planted. Arturo did grab one more, so it's just Zalek and Deimos left here. That molly's going to force Zalek back. Deimos gets taken down. And finally, the round will end there. Arturo with 4K in that one. Blaze Esports up 3-0.
Yeah, it was really nice molly at the end there into apartments to delay anything else coming in. UV1, of course, went on a save there, so not a big deal that they lost. Got a couple of kills out of it, and they do have actually double ops coming in. Vampy picking one up as well as Zalek. So Blaze Esports now having to contend with a gun round, and they do have Arturo still on the MAC-10 with $9,600 in the bank.
Yeah.
Really, really nice eco built up by Ablaze, but they are running into double ops. So let's see what UV1 can do with them here as they have switched 3 over to B, or 3 over to A, pardon me. Pretty standard here. Jukes. Ooh, Jukes had that's a nice little angle he found. Gets a little bit of damage onto Pay.
Yeah, definitely. Gets a little mini start there. Get a little bit of damage as we're going to see Blaze Esports here potentially go after this A site once again. So we watch Menchi over here throwing down some utility into mid, but most of them are over on apps as they're trying to make their way through. Deimos here is going to try to meet him with his patented AUG. Vampy will get it opened up, though. He'll grab 1. He'll grab 2 now. Switching over to his USP, trying to take one down in close range. Eventually will get around that box and finish him off. Sasha Gray also took out Deimos in the meantime, so that leaves us at a 2v2. Zalek coming over with his own op. Let's see what he can get done now. Menchi's gone down to 13 HP as he sits behind Pit here. But a nice spray will take down Zalek, will take down the Opper. It's leaving Egglet alone here, who's picked up that AUG.
I think Zalek expected Menchi to go over to the other side. Nice little peek there.
Egglet making a nice play to pick up that one. Still 1 more to go, but Menchi will get the better of him there. Blaze Esports will go up 4-0.
Auto Director had a hell of a time following that round. And, we do see a Blaze up 4-0, like you said, winning the first gun round there against the 2 ops, and a little bit chaotic into A. There was so much kills going back and forth, and it looked like UV1 actually had the advantage coming in, but then a couple of kills. Sasha, nice play there with a couple of frags there by them. Now, Deagles and barely any armor for UV1, so just trying to get a couple more kills there. UV1 still yet to get some kills in the first half.
Juke's trying to surprise them enough to do some damage to his own teammate, but Demic actually lives with 1 HP at the end of that. Was we watch Menchi over here take down Zalek, so it's been a hot start here for Blaze Esports. Yeah, 2 people down to 1, leaves it at a 5v2. Again, Deimos sitting here with that Deagle and Egglet with this P250. Trying to see if he can stop them coming in towards this A site. At least maybe pick off a couple of them, because yeah, some of them are at 1 HP. Demic over there. He's walking through this smoke, trying to get through onto it now. They're continue to smoke it up. The plant gets down. Fortunately, fires just above the head there. Not able to do much damage. Deimos now by himself. Can he pick off at least a couple of people here?
Amos all on his own. Might find Menchie here. If he does, he could recover the gun, but unfortunately he misses.
There, but he eventually picks up one, but Arturo continuing his strong game. We'll grab one more there. He's 7-1 now as we head into round number 6. Blaze Esports has taken each one 5 up.
There we go. I was going to say, Johnny, something happened with your mic there, but as you ended that phrase, it sounded like it fixed itself, so maybe it was just a distance thing.
All right, maybe.
Seems fine now. Anyway, 5-0 for Ablaze. UV1 on the second gun round here, and yeah, not having much of an answer to what Ablaze are coming up with. Only, like I said, only 2 gun rounds so far. Lots of time left in the half, but a nice little run by Ablaze to start things off. And UV1 might want to look to switch up their setup a little bit here. It seems that Ablaze have got a very distinct plan when it comes to attacking one site.
Arturo with an aggressive push through Banana there. We'll get right up in there and open up this round. Smoke's coming down to Zalek's going to meet up with the op and be able to take down Arturo. They do molly off a spot that someone usually is, but no one in this case is. Deimos here. While Zalek has all their attention, was able to pick up one, but Sasha Gray is able to take down Zalek. 3v3 now. Bomb coming through Banana. Still hasn't been planted yet. It looks like they're going to back off from the B site now and look to potentially switch over to A.
Yeah, going back to A, there is one player there. That's Juke still on site, going back up to pit. And if he peeks here, he might actually catch them.
Yeah, they're starting to move in now. He takes down one. Can potentially spray down a couple more. He's doing good damage to that wall. Throws at the nade. Pei will eventually take him out. And then Pei gets taken out himself by Vampy. So it's just Sasha left to deal with Vampy and Deimos. He's got one, though. Deimos taken down. Excuse me, Vampy taken down. Deimos to the left. Deimos touches it out. UV1 finally take a round. It's now 5-1.
Yeah, and after that nice opening there, UV1 going down pretty far, pretty close to losing that round again. They're definitely starting to struggle a little bit. Seems that Ablaze might be better than their record could suggest, as their hits have been really nice. I like the way they've prepped Inferno. UV1 still clearly up to the task in terms of aim, but Ablaze, you know, when you go up against a really strong Inferno T side, it can be so difficult to defend around those, you know, around those corridors. Arch and you know, Wagon are very tough positions to retain control of. So Blaze doing well here. UV1, you can see Jukes has picked up the mag.
Yeah. Was definitely curious if early on if he was going to get up in there and aggressive and get into someone, but looks like Ablaze is actually choosing to play this one fairly calmly. They've played fairly aggressively through the first 6 rounds, and this time around they're waiting this one out here. Here comes potentially a hit towards this B site here, but not quite yet. Here go Pei meeting up with Jukes. Pei got the range advantage there with the AK. Wins out that fight, and now looks like they're going towards the A site.
Heading over there. Deimos is on site already. Yeah, 4v5, but Pei is low. He has an important job here, but he gets taken out. Arturo with a nice timing on that. Vampy's now the critical spot here.
Oh, Deimos trying to hold it down there. Not able to get that one here, but yeah, Vampy moving through library now. Gonna see if he can make a difference here, but it is now 2v5. There's your last AK gone. So just Aglet with a FAMAS. Looking for some exit frags at least. Maybe try to steal an AK. Nope, they will find him first. Ablaze Esports is coming through here hot. Up 6-1.
Yeah, very unlucky timing there for Eglet. Unlucky timing in general for UV1, a couple of timing peaks. But the worst one was that one on Eglet there, turned away with the Vamas just as they came around the corner. Trying to look for those exits. So yeah, UV1 back onto the pistols, going for a full save again. And they've been buying up these ops and getting kills with them, but Ablaze are just too coordinated. They're plugging the holes. If somebody goes down, they've got ways to adjust. It's a really, really nice T-side that Ablaze have put together here.
Yeah, and it's coming to, again, that little bit of sloppiness from UV1's CT side now, just being it's just coming to play here. So it's been a difficult time for them. Here's 3 people coming right up into Zalek with the opportunity there to do some damage. Eglet ends up going down. Let's see if Zalek here with the P250 can do anything, really.
Yeah, no nades. Nothing much to get.
He walks up and tries to at least surprise someone, but Arturo just too quick on the trigger finger for that one. They get the bomb planted. Deimos and Jukes, the last 2 here, try to come in here, looking for an opportunity for a 1D. Will take down one, but in the end gets taken out. Pei grabs another one there, 2K in the round for him. And Ablaze Esports off to that 7-1 start. And see, UV1, this feels like a must-win round here to at least salvage this half. Zalek on the op now.
Arturo on 11 frags, really good player. This is the reflexes are very impressive. UV1 back on the double ops though. Zalek and Vampy, the fraggers coming up with the big green guns, trying to find some sort of potential here.
Zalek goes for the aggressive spot. Then Banana tries to slow them down. Misses that shot barely. Flashes is going to be forced to back off. Zalek trying to make some aggressive plays happen over here on B, which we've seen him do. But right now it's being handled pretty well by Ablaze Esports. They molly off this side to see if they can catch anyone just hiding right around the corner. But commit some of that utility, but opt to back off here. Maybe going to make the real hit towards the A site.
Or 5 versus 5 still. And Menchie, that's a weirdly, off peak there. Just kind of giving a free kill over to Zalek is not the type of thing you normally see at this level. But it does put UV1 into a 5 versus 4, which they will use pretty well here to hold up these angles. Yeah, and Deimos, gets a bunch of damage and backs off. Lots of info gained there. I think Deimos saw multiple players. But they're going to advance.
Yeah, they're continuing to move through long now. Deimos comes out, but Arturo's real quick on the trigger. Real impressive stuff. Hey, grabs one. Demic then comes from the balcony, takes out the one in pit. So they're going to be able to get this plant off. Eglet and Zalek got to come in now. They're walking through Banana on this rotation to see if they can do the retake.
Yeah, I'm not sure why Deimos wide swung that. He had a nice opportunity to kind of back off into the site, consolidate with his teammates, but instead goes for a wide swing when he's well aware there could be more players, pushing around that corner. So unusual decisions all across the board here, and you can see so unlucky. It has to be said, the low HP on so many members of Ablaze here. Look at that, 4 HP, 29 HP, really difficult. Oh, Arturo is unreal.
Yeah.
What is happening? This guy just hits so many ridiculous shots.
Huh. The player like Arturo,
to save the op.
just the things I've seen him do in this one game, I didn't look carefully at the match histories on what people were doing or whatever. If Arturo wasn't in those games, but really, really surprises me to see that this team have a record of 2 and 3. Just by having a player like Arturo doing what he's doing in this game doesn't seem likely, but it's where we're at. They're obviously, maybe he's just feeling it really strong today. There's a nice nade doing a ton of damage there to all the people coming in through Banana. So they're going to walk in here with a little bit less HP as they kind of pushing in on this rush here. Deimos sitting right in front of the smoke. If they were to poke through, could potentially do a ton of damage.
Yeah, with a couple of players on low HP, walking into that B site could be walking into a bit of a meat grinder there, but there's a flank coming in to meet them. Unfortunately, Jukes does get taken out, so Jukes had the right idea, but just wasn't ready for them to go back.
Oh! Vampy comes in with a swag 7, gets at least one. So that trade will signify to everyone else to kind of get over here. But it looks like they're rotating again. There's still a lot of time left on this map, so there just certainly is time for them potentially to
some
now
are
go over the B
rotating,
site. The
but
bomb
the
is still
bomb
here.
is not. The bomb's
Yeah.
still in apps. So let's see what Zalek. If Zalek gets faked out by this, it would be a very nice fake. Menchie spots it.
Yeah,
Oh,
Zalek
it jumps
does leave.
across. This is actually nice for Menchie, though, because he knows that they have rotated back to B.
Big brain play. They take out the one that was basically just there to keep their attention. They're just going to toss over the bomb over to Pei, and they're going to start getting this plant off. Zalek is now looking back this way as they realize what's happened. So 3v3, but again, that nade from earlier coming into play as lots of people are fairly low on a Blaze Esports. Here's Deimos getting into a firefight here with Pei. Pei just around the pillar there, one in pit as well. Menchie's going to throw it on a molly. Eglet steps up and gets taken down. Deimos trying to continue to do more damage. Meanwhile, Zalek on the other side is choosing to back off and keep the op. Blaze looks like they'll go up 9-1 here. And a really, really smart kind of mind gamey type play from the Blaze Esports to be able to get it. Zalek gets one anti-frag at least. But Menchie will get the round win.
Well to the bomb.
Oh, yeah.
Menchie ends up alive. Yeah, and it's a little unusual. This isn't what I normally see from UV1. It doesn't look super tight. Doesn't look like super sharp right now. Maybe a bit of an off day for them, but definitely, this game is definitely not over. But 9-1 on the T side of Inferno. It's impressive from a Blaze, and like you said, I think Arturo might be having the game of his life. Very unusual to see a player play this well at this level. Be that dominant and just flick so effectively.
It's been kind of wild, and think about all those times where lots of people on the Blaze Esports at low HP bars.
Yep.
Just not able to convert. Again, Deimos kind of touched on in our interview last time I was here. Just their inability to kind of convert those rounds that they probably should have won. And there's been at least a couple so far in this first half that UV1 probably would like to have back. But they got to just look forward here. And, if you rattle off a few rounds in a row here, salvage something out of this half, you still set yourself up pretty decently. If you could say make it 10-5 or something, that would be fairly impressive. Zalek opens up this round with an op shot. Gonna put it on
Arturo, the most valuable player so far on a Blaze, so that's definitely one big threat gone as the op still stands for UV1. This time they only ran one of them. Eglet on the SMG. Where is he sitting? Likely over at B somewhere. Yeah, there he is. Boosted up on the planters. And this is where the hit is coming. So as this molly comes in, Eglet has a really important task if they do walk into the site.
Waiting on here. They do have 3 members here for UV1 ready to defend this. 20 seconds left to go here. They got to start moving on it soon. Vampy gets taken down right away. They're starting to walk into it now. Here's Eglet on the planters. They down one. He does enough damage to help Deimos take out another. But Deimos eventually going down. So it looks like they might be able to get this plant off. Can Pei. He's still dealing with Zalek over here in Ruins. He's coming up there. We'll find him. Take him down. Zalek hitting that shot. They get the bomb plant off. But at least UV1 will get another round win here. It'll be 9-2.
Yeah, I like that B setup a lot from UV1. That looked a lot better. I feel like maybe B is just kind of where they're feeling a little more comfortable right now. Vampy goes up and kind of, gives his life away for free, but it's all for the bait. Vampy goes up and dies. Then they say, we took one down on B, we're going in. That means Eglet and Deimos have an amazing crossfire between the site and the planters to just mow down those players who came in. Eglet got a 1 kill and a bunch of damage on a couple of players. I really like that B setup. Aggressive here, though.
Deimos 1-for-1s there in Zanata. Meanwhile, Demico takes down one more here in mid. So now we're quickly already at a 4v3 advantage ablaze. And it's certainly interesting. I like you were saying with that setup they had last on the B side. It's one of those things where like you set up on those planters and it feels like a busted thing. But of course you can't just do it every time or else they just know you're there.
Yep.
But
it has to be set up properly like they did.
Oh,
Peak.
Zalek doing a good job using the stopping power of the op to at least make them think twice about continuing going in this direction. And they might go the other way, knowing that Opper's there.
Zalek and Jukes are so split here. They cannot play off each other at all. Just one to a site, and Jukes is the one who's going to have to deal with this hit because the bombs are there.
Yeah, starting to move in now. Jukes is able to grab the one, but eventually gets taken out by Arturo. So it's all up to Zalek once again. 1v2, very, very plausible with low HP members. If he can op-shot Pay and then switch to the pistol, take down Arturo. Certainly right there, but A site here, such a tough place to retake on.
Yeah, with no utility. He does have the kit. That's ahead.
Peek. Yeah, sees the one.
I think you have to save now.
Yeah, it's tough. He's just trying to flick some nice shots, trying to get some sort of quick scope action going on, trying to hit the highlight reel, but unfortunately not today. 10-2 for Blaze.
Zalek with 8 frags and just seems a little bit jumpy right now, you know. I think that, you know, last time I saw Zalek play was a little bit more calm, a little bit more composed, still hitting some nice shots, but in this case, the control that Ablaze have been able to put on this map has really met, UV1 have really met their match in that respect. Not able to put any chaos into the map so far as Arturo finds Zalek at the beginning of the round here. You know, just a little bit more composure from Ablaze right now.
Yeah, they definitely have that. We jump to this round. It's 4v3 now. Deco coming through for UV1. They're able to get one pick off, but they need round wins at this kind of point.
Yeah.
Even one or two more before the end of this half can't set you up decently, but you're at a 10-win Ablaze Esports here already. Here's Jukes, gets a nice deagle kill, but from behind comes Demic to finish him off. 3v2 now. You're doing some good damage with these deagles. Deimos 1 deag! 2v2 now all of a sudden. If Deimos could pick up this AK, that was just dropped.
They're letting him have it. Yeah, so if Vampy can, yeah, they have to go at this point. They got to go start getting rounds. So gun will be recovered, and a molly as well, really valuable to maybe clear out pit.
Yeah, we'll want to potentially think about using it there.
So Vampy has to run out potentially and use a double safe. Finds one.
He's taken down. Deimos now jumping onto site, is surrounded by 2. He's got to reload this gun. 1 on site, 1 in pit. Trying to take down the 1 in pit. Now he moves to the 1 on site. He's able to take him out and then picks out Pay, but just not enough time. That bomb's going to blow, but Deimos picks up a 3K. But the most importantly, again, 11-2 here for Ablaze. That's a good eco round. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a situation where this game is not near the end of the half, you're like very, very happy with that eco round. But in a situation where you just need round wins straight up to give yourself a fighting chance in the second half, it's tough. But we're going to get the full buy here, and UV1 probably feel like they just need this round.
Yeah, back on the double ops. Vampy yet to really make an impact. It's been Zalek mostly on the op shots, and he does find another entry on the bench. Jukes, he's got all the wall bangs.
They're smoking off Banana, but it looks like Ablaze is just kind of happy to see control of that. They are all in apps looking to head in towards the site. We got Jukes sitting in pit here, trying to deal with a bunch of them. He gets flashed up. Deimos picks up 1, but Shasha Gray will pick up a couple for themselves. So 2v3, the 2 oppers still up here for UV1. They're starting to come towards this. They haven't been able to get on site the plant yet, though, even. So they're still fighting off UV1 as Sasha making his way onto site. We'll get the plant off in the middle here.
Set molly, you saw it. Oh no, he finds the boost. But it's still fruition.
Oh my gosh. Sasha is potentially clutching this out. He takes down 2, almost takes down the 3rd. But Zalek with just enough HP, 13. will survive, and they'll grab one more round. They've gotten 3.
And all of their rounds have been like this. So close. Ablaze are just putting up every single line of defense that they can come up with here. And yeah, you can see UV1 very much struggling on eco. They have to get SMGs here, while Ablaze still on full rifles, even though they all died. So yeah, UV1, they have a big time uphill battle here. Unexpected indeed would victory be at this point in the game. We've seen comebacks like this before, though.
Oh! Well,
Great shot by Zalik.
yeah, it could definitely start with getting shots like that to keep going.
Yeah,
So we're
it's
trying
the
to
type
win.
of thing you want to see.
Yeah. Demic gonna meet up with Jukes right here. He's got the SMG, but Demic's got pretty darn good reaction. Zalik, meanwhile, turns around. He's gonna pick up a second frag of the round. He gets taken down by Pei, but we watch Damos here take down Sasha. So it's now 3v2 as the UV1 have done a decent job, but all of them over on B site. The 2 of them over here on A. Very similar situation to the last round.
Yeah, same thing where they have to retake 3 versus 2, and they pulled it off last time with a nice little boost. This time all on rifles, Eglet on the SMG actually, and no utility available.
Here's the smoke. Damos takes a little bit of damage. Get this one started off here. They're starting to move, and then both of them in pit.
They need to wait for this mid player.
And here's Eglet coming up short.
There we go.
They're starting to defuse now. Menchie will take down Vampy. Eglet trying to help out. Damos, last one standing here. They're going to be able to stall him out. They can play for time here. They don't even need to. Never mind. They finish him off. Take it down. Ablaze Esports up 12-3 against UV1.
And what a post plant there from Ablaze. Amazing work there from those 2 players, just juking in and out, finding the shots they needed. You saw UV1, they did pull the pincer that they wanted to with Eglet coming in from Wagon there, but the other 2 players just did not manage to land the shots, and Ablaze do not take the bait. Really impressive stuff there from Ablaze on the post plant. And yeah, they got to 12-2 and they deserve it, has to be said. Ablaze are looking really, really good. Arturo had the frags in the first part of the half, but Ablaze in general that have just come together and shown their preparation on Inferno. It looks very impressive, and it's no surprise UV1 are struggling to deal with it. There still is the chance UV1 are very, very good on the T side, but Ablaze with a huge advantage here coming in 12-3.
Yeah, and just from watching more of the season, just because you haven't been able to make it as often, it's kind of been that way where UV1's T side, it's flipped from last season. UV1's T side has just been better than their CT side, and
Right.
Again, part of it, it's probably an oversimplification to say that they're just more aggressive, so that it doesn't work as good on CT side, but it does feel at least a little bit that way. While it works really well on the T side, it seems like they are a little less patient when it comes to the plays they're trying to make at CT. You see them going for really high-fee plays, just running into Banana, trying to just take him down. Because you know what? If you do surprise the enemy team and you take him out, it works, and you look like a superstar, and looks great on stream. We clip it. It's awesome. But the trade-off is if you lose it, it's really hard for the rest of your team to kind of come back into the one. There's been a lot of rounds where UV1 just started behind. They just straight up, they just would lose that counter from behind because maybe they just need to rethink a little bit of how they've been running CT side here on Inferno, especially since we've played on this map 3 times now. And it seems like they just don't quite have the right strats for CT side, but they have had good T sides. But is it good enough to win 9 rounds almost in a row to tie it up or whatever? Can they make up that much space? It is possible. And
I think that something that they're struggling with right now, Vampy and Eglet in particular are not fragging very well so far. They're really slow in the first half. If they pick it up, anything can happen, right? But they've got to pick it up pretty quick now. Only 4 rounds to go for Ablaze to take this one.
Yeah, and it certainly feels like you want to at least start with a nice pistol round for yourself, because just can help you go a long way. Here, give yourself maybe a couple free rounds to start it off with, but let's see now they've actually pushed through, and they're making the way towards the B site, going the long way around. They're taking him down, picking him off in the church here, and getting onto it. Vampy sitting on top of here, just in CT spawn. They're fighting over here. You don't see a lot of fights happen in this area of the map, but UV1 able to surprise them there with that one. They got the plant now. Sasha and Pei here coming in for the retake. Pei meets up with Zalek, doing a little bit of damage. Deimos and Sasha trade, but Pei takes down Zalek. Jukes finishes them off, so that will be a pistol round win. 3K on that round for Jukes. Now 12-4 in favor of Blaze.
Yeah, I mean, talk about, playing aggressive. That was a ferocious round from Jukes, coming around the corner, going for the wrap, and just running and gunning every single player on the way. Amazing start for UV1, just what the doctor ordered, and they do buy up here. Likely to get this one as well with the pistol armor for a Blaze. And that's the start they needed. We'll see what they can do.
Aggressive play, getting up in there. Like I said, works real good on the T side, it seems. They kind of just jump in there and get right in front of his face, but Demic will take down Zalek in the end. He takes a little bit of damage onto himself here, but they are pushing onto this B side still pretty aggressively. Demic, though, is going to slow him down with that P250. He's got 2K on this round already. Throws out the smoke to eliminate that. He's got 3 now. Demic putting on an absolute clinic on what you can do with just a pistol.
And yeah, UV1 not wanting to lose a round like this. It was the pistol and armor buy. Maybe takes one. Still have the opportunity to get the plant. And you can see it is over on A with no players. The Blaze haven't even started rotating. Now they finally do as the plant goes down in a nice open position for Eglet to set up wherever he can. And I like this play going into Boiler here. They may not expect this.
That's potentially tough. Demic
missing the jump,
awkward.
Kind of a big deal.
Eglet comes in, and Vampy joins them. All of a sudden, it's 2v1, and Eglet takes him down. Eglet and Vampy, the duo, getting it done. 12-5 now for a Blaze after UV1 pick up 2 in a row to start the half. Looks like potentially a Blaze gonna just choose to, they can afford to give rounds, so might as well save up one more and get themselves in a great situation here. But full AKs now. Excuse me, Galil on Deimos, but
Yeah.
rifles on UV1.
Yeah, UV1 looking to go up to 6 here. Amazing work there from the 2 remaining players at the end there. Vampy and Eglet. Deimos taking a couple at the beginning of the round. And yeah, this one's going to be not much one for the books. There's not much to write home about here. But yeah, that last round with the 2 SMGs, that was critical. Really, really good play in the 2 versus 4. I just love a little bit of a bait and switch like that, and Eglet gets into a very innovative position at the end of the round.
Yeah, it definitely worked out for that one, and it looks like 2 different teams. I know obviously they switched sides and all that jazz, but UV1 just quickly forgot about that first half. And are now coming on the strong again. Yeah, they win the pistol and then are basically kind of just winning against ecos. But we'll also get this last frag here. Sasha is not able to hide this one out. Deimos will grab that one, and now will have to prove themselves against a rifle round here now for a Blaze. And if they could do that, it feels real possible if they can take this round.
Absolutely true. That's what they're going for. Zalek picking up the op, feeling good on that so far, and he is doing really well in this, although Deimos is leading the charge with the 18 frags. Very nice from the IGL. Zalek isn't going to find much in this position here, but moving up with the op, lots of options in terms of Inferno T-side op usage.
Look how quick
Blaze.
Deimos has got himself pretty deep into Banana here. See if any of them try to move up. Demic is just standing at the top of it, waiting to see who comes out. Jukes try peeks, and then both of them get taken down by Demic, who holds it down all by himself. Those are an extra nade in case there was a third trail in there, but this will be a great start here for Blaze Esports. Now 3 people left here for UV1, and tall hill to climb in this round if they want to win this one.
Absolutely. 3 versus 5. They pulled off a similar 2 versus 4 in a previous round. This time they need to find a way on the site. That's not going to help.
Vampy does take down at least one here, but now he's by himself against 4. Can he pull off the 1v4 clutch? He's got to go get the bomb too. Oh, nice 2 frags there to make this interesting all of a sudden. Again, he's got to pick up this bomb, which is right here, but he's got it. He's going to be able to smoke off mid there. Demic going to try to walk in here. Oh, Demic just gets in from behind and takes down Vampy, but Demic, absolutely huge round. I believe that was 3 for him there.
Yeah, impressive stuff, especially on the banana hold. Really, really good from Demic. Vampy, you know, made it interesting, but didn't quite manage to find the last 2 frags. Good play on the 2v1 there from Ablaze. Good fundamentals. You know, once they get the plant, it seems really, really tough to take them down. They are very good at holding down positions against an onslaught, especially if they've got numbers. This time, Egglet has to go onto the Deagle.
Yeah, he's gonna be there. Menchie over here gets burned up. Zalek also picks down Demic. So that's still gonna leave 3 members left for Ablaze Esports, but they are making their way over to the B site. We meanwhile watch Sasha get up into apps and then take down Egglet in mid. So they got that going for them, but again, bomb planted over at B.
4 versus 3, bomb down, rifles and an op held by UV1, as well as 3 smokes. Very difficult, and yeah, it looks like Ablaze are going to save here because it would be so difficult to retake this site, considering what UV1 have still got in their arsenal right now. And Sasha on the SMG. Very tough site to hit at this point in the round, so they're going to give that up 13-7. 3 more rounds. 3 more rounds Ablaze need to take this map. UV1 need a lot more than that. They need 9 more rounds to get to 16. So, like I said, still an uphill battle here for UV1. Vampy starting to open up on this side, and that's not good news if you're an Ablaze fan, because Vampy can really turn the tides, pardon me. As well as we've seen Arturo slow down quite significantly in this half. So maybe the star power just a little bit...
little dulled, at least slightly. Yeah. And UV1 are playing on impressive T side. It's just, if you look up at the score, though, it's just such a tall hill to climb with how much of a hole they put themselves in after that CT side. So they can do it. Oh, Demic makes an impressive trade there, at least. Menchie comes up to make it a 2-for-1. So 3 members left for UV1.
Goes on to Menchik. UV1, like you said, 3 versus 4 here, and still lots of the map held firmly by Ablaze. UV1 have a lot of utility to work with, but they need to use it wisely and play together. You can see the bomb is left. They're just trying to find picks here, trying to get a little bit more info, a little bit more map control. I like the way they're playing it. With a minute left, that's an eternity in Counter-Strike time. Vampy recovering the op. Wants to take matters into his own hands here.
Yeah. Willing to kind of wait this one out now as Deimos is thinking about getting on the site. It is only 1 here defending it. Of course, they don't know that exactly, so... Let's see if they do end up rushing it. 1 is rotating over as Sasha is making their way over towards the site, but they're starting to make the hit onto it now. They're jumping into it. Vampy sitting here with that op. Egglet we see firing through that smoke. Deimos is able to pick up 1 there now. They're looking, they're starting to get the plant off. They will get that one down. Flash coming through. They're starting to walk up. Deimos is able to spray down Pay. Vampy picking up another op shot, and Deimos walking around the corner, grabbing 1 more head. 3K for Deimos. Absolutely huge round. They're within 5 to tie this up now. 13-8.
Yeah, that was really amazing from UV1. The way they were able to take the site, just sort of slowly work their way up, and then in this case, the chaos benefited them. The post plant was just so effective there with Deimos, just such a bee in the bonnet of Ablaze that they, you know, in that sort of dark area there with Vampy just holding it from the op, you know, from Banana. I love that setup on the post plant. UV1 does well to get into that position.
Zalik now chilling out here in mid. See if Ablaze can answer any of the aggression coming through from UV1, who UV1 are actually playing a little bit of a change-up round here. They're playing fairly back for themselves. Meanwhile, Demic has made his way all the way here through Banana, so see if that comes into play. If anyone walks up, can potentially meet up with Demic, who has been playing pretty well. Probably the best performing player on the CT side so far for Ablaze.
Yeah, Demic has been so good in that banana position. Multi-kills in multiple rounds. Really crisp on the rifle.
Oh, Jukes looks like found Demic over there, so they're starting to make the hit on to the B side map. Meanwhile, they're coming through mid, getting a firefight over on mid. As I struggle to switch to the correct player. But Egglet does get taken down there by Pei. But Pei is by himself now. 1v3.
Just found a rifle. Probably time to save here, so Pei at least recovers that. UV1 definitely, don't want to give up too much in terms of these rounds where they should win. They want to win them as flawlessly as they can. Zalik is playing with fire here, speaking of which. But they want to hunt down Pei, and I like this idea, but will they find him?
Ooh.
They will.
certainly do.
Zalik takes him down. So, yeah, this is really important because UV1 need to put themselves in the best possible position to win future rounds. They cannot afford to sort of feel their opponents out and maybe take a loss and try to take risks. They don't want to take risks. They want to put themselves in the highest percentage position at every point in the game. So that kind of hunt, I think that's the way to go. You really guarantee yourself, another anti-eco if you win this one here, and then you got such a great position.
Oh,
Ooh,
how did he miss that?
miss from Zalik.
Yeah, I thought that cursor was on him, but apparently
Moving
not.
a little bit, seemed to be.
Yeah.
Still going, but yeah, it doesn't feel great. Zalik hasn't been missing a lot of those.
He's gonna flash out there.
They're yet to, really have an answer for Demic at Banana. They haven't been able to get much control of Banana without losing at least one or two players. So they need to, make sure that they are very, very careful in that position. Zalik very agile around the map. Lots of angles, sort of peeking back and forth looking for some luck. Egglet takes a bunch of grenade damage in apps. He's like, all right, never mind. I'll cede this area to you.
It might signal them to go for the B hit instead. Two members are trying to defend that over here in Demic and Menchie.
Now, Egglet is 3 HP. He needs to find a way to get this utility out onto the field and not die with it in his hands. And that's exactly what he's doing, using those flashes. If you've got this little HP, you need to make use of your utility in order to sort of contribute the most to the round. It's sort of a mathematical Moneyball type of thing in CSGO, but it actually is very, very important. And if you watch pro teams, you'll see them do it. They never, very, very rarely do they die with utility.
Here's a late hit. There's only 15 seconds left on the map. They picked down two quick enough, but they got to get the plant down right away. Looks like they'll potentially be able to do that. They are trying to slow him down. Bomb does get planted. Arturo here meets with Zalik's bullet. And there's Sasha running away.
Forced to save again.
Yeah. Sasha just gonna get out of there. UV1 really play that one pretty tight. 20 seconds before they finally decide to make that hit onto the B side, but it works. And now they're in double digits, and they're within 3 rounds.
Yeah, and Blaze struggling here against UV1's T side. Very, very interesting to say this. Both teams on the T side have been really good. By the way, Revelite is in chat hyping us up. What's up, my dude? A classic UV1 player to support the boys.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I hope he's still there to support us. But yeah, absolutely crazy play here. All of a sudden, we're within 3. All of a sudden, the comeback is a very, very real thing. We talk about it sometimes, when you're like, okay, what's the realistic thing after a half that you see in the first one? And sometimes you're mostly just kind of just talking narrative, trying to see if you can build something up. But UV1 are just making it happen. So it's real.
Yeah, exactly. And it's no, Zalek has been really, really solid. There we go, finds another one. But in general, just UV1 have been solid overall. They've really tightened up. That little break that they got in between halves seems to have paid off for them. I think they've been able to get their bearings a little bit here in this second half. Now Sasha once again put in the situation of having to save this rifle. Sasha didn't even get to see an enemy pretty much. He
Yeah.
has held onto this rifle for a couple of rounds saying, where's my team going? All the time. UV1, nobody goes down, and so now they will decide to go hunting at least a little bit. And this cubby could be a place they might check, but Sasha has been pretty calm and pretty skilled on this rifle so far.
Yeah,
Not enough.
Not skilled enough. Vampy suddenly walks up, takes him down, won't let him save anything. Ablaze, they're still up, but it's been an 8-1 half so far for UV1. So if they can win this one, force another bad situation for Ablaze needing to kind of save again, they are right there to tying this game. As we get a pause here, I'd imagine a tactical one from Ablaze. They need to kind of talk things over. They buy from rifles here. For them, it probably feels like a must-win round.
Yeah, and Vampy at the end of the first half had 5 kills. just to put this in perspective, 17 now on the board. 12 frags in this half alone. Very, very impressive stuff from UV1's decorated star player, but of course it's Deimos and Zalek who have been picking up the fragging the entire map so far. Very impressive stuff from both of them. In particular, Zalek finding so many entries, so many critical frags.
Aggressive in the
Just
banana.
love
Fires through the smoke.
Yeah,
And
aggressive
Zalek,
up banana, as you say. This isn't something they've done before.
they're just shooting through this one. Juice gonna find one through the smoke.
Might not do it again, baby, because you are going to get punished if you play like that. That's a little bit of an ego play to play 2 players up banana like that.
Yeah.
Maybe it would work in matchmaking. I don't care for it in competitive, though. And UV1 do go up 5 versus 4 in the round, and they're going to head over to A, where there still are 2 players. Credit to Ablaze, they haven't over-rotated. In fact, they are rotating all towards A, so they've read this quite well, Ablaze. So they're going to have a strong defense here.
So under the balcony here is Sasha. The other one's in pit, but Egglet will take him down quick. Menchie now has made his way in the middle of the site, but Egglet will take down one. Arturo did take down those 2, though, before getting taken out. Jukes looks like he took a Demic over near mid, so leaves us to a 2v1. Menchie, last one standing here to defend. Jukes trying to potentially pick up this bomb.
Yeah, do they know? Jukes definitely has an idea. There could be a player here, but they need to check this.
3 players around the corner, but it's not enough.
Oh,
somehow Menchie stays around there. I don't think you're
What
supposed
a
to win.
play.
You're not supposed to win that.
Yeah, Jukes with a little bit of an issue on the crosshair placement there, sort of wildly spraying around in circles, and Ablaze go up to 14. That is that's a blunder from UV1 for sure. Menchie should not have survived in that situation there.
No.
So UV1 lose a round. They should have won. Vampy's gonna buy up here though. Eventually, I'm sure.
Yeah, they got a lot of money.
$6,200.
There's no reason for him not to have something. There you
There
go. That would have been a spicy one.
Yeah, going for the Glock. 14-11 the score. Still FAMAS's, still a little bit of limited utility from the
makes
plays,
sense.
but they find the entry. There's a trade, though. Nice job by Deimos. And getting control of banana, this benefits the T's big time, that trade. So UV1 favored in this round now.
Yeah, but they getting that one person rotating over towards B kind of just gives the options now for UV1 to hit on either site, really. There's some Molly coming through.
Look at the
slow
money.
down.
Ablaze need this round. Otherwise, UV1 almost guarantee the next, and then you're pretty much tied up.
Deimos coming back for the bomb. I feel like they're just setting up to head towards this A site that Kay and Sasha are trying to defend.
to back up. Both playing at pit. They've been so effective from these positions, though.
Ooh. Solid first shot from Pei. Sasha then takes down another. That's a pretty good nade. Gonna do a ton of damage to him now, but Vampy Ray will come up here, and Pei takes him down. Zalik will eventually be able to grab him out there, but he's got to pick up the bomb here and deal with 2 members of Ablaze who are probably rushing him right now. Ooh, nice one shot, but Menchie's got the other. It'll now be map point 15-11. UV1 got to win 4 in a row to force OT.
Yeah, and, you know, very, very nice try there by Zalik, but the op simply is not the weapon you want in that situation. 2 players, they spread out effectively. Ablaze played that really well. They've done a good job. They generally, you haven't seen a lot of clutches by UV1 up against Ablaze. Ablaze have generally been pretty good at taking care of the rounds that they are supposed to win. It's been really, really impressive to see that. I think that that's, you know, a very important thing in, you know, at this level. Ablaze do it quite well, so props to them here. And the B hit may be coming in. Everyone have played pretty much all these rounds the same. They've done this default here where they're trying to get control with 3 players on Banana, and Ablaze are shifting back and forth in the way they play that area of the map. With Deimos coming back to collect the bomb again.
Yeah, they're starting to potentially move through Banana here. It's defended by Menchie and Demix. Demix getting boosted up here.
Zalik getting aggressive, entering on the op again. He's been good so far.
Looks like he wants
If
to
he steps out too far, he might be spotted here by that boosted player.
Zalik grabs the one, backs out. Vampy then gets taken by Demic, so it's a trade. Here's Sasha into Apps, but Egglet wins that fight.
Interesting little off angle from Egglet. Sasha definitely going to be kind of mad at that one. Players do not sit there that often. This Molly, unfortunately.
There you go. Able to get in on that. Demic coming in for the rotation. Arturo opting to back off and keep that M4. Likely Demic doing the same thing, going all the way to T-spawn to try to keep that AK. And that
they
will
made
be
it expensive in these last couple of rounds. You can see Ablaze still a little bit struggling on the eco. They're not going to get a full buy next round, but they do have 2 rifles. So still, UV1 do not have a guaranteed round like they would have liked if they had won that 1 round before. But 15-12 is going to be the score. UV1 need 3 more rounds in a row. And they have racked up a lot on this T side. They've made a great rally in this map.
Oh,
Ooh, and Zalik cleans up Demic as well. Only Arturo remaining. So they actually taking out that 1 rifle is really valuable because look at the money. They only have this 1 and only Menchie can buy other than that. It's that was extremely valuable of a find. And UV1 are basically going to force a full eco here. And going to go up to 15-13 unless if Arturo pulls off a miracle. Arturo's been really, really good, but has not been able to find the same impact as he did on the T side. So see if UV1 can take advantage of that as Pei throws a very effective nade. Look at that. Damo taking a bunch of damage here.
yeah, they're starting to move forward. Try to get on in through Apps, but you mentioned hero rifle here. Arturo, the one person with that, as they try to hold down the B side. They got 3 over here this time. They've continuously been trading over here. They're trying to improve that situation at least a little bit. But Deimos will take down one right away. And Menchie goes down. Here they start moving in onto the A site. Vampy taking him out. Sasha sitting underneath pit here will get taken down by Vampy. So they're going to go and grab the bomb and bring it all the way over here to the A site. Arturo, last one standing here for Ablaze, and UV1 looks set up to bring it within 3. And the bomb has been planted. So we wait for basically this round to just kind of end. The one thing I want to talk about, that one round where Menchie was sitting there 1v2, and somehow Egglet, was it Egglet? Came around to pre-fire around the corner.
It was Jukes.
Was Jukes. I just don't get how that happened.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, you pre-fire around the corner, you just kill the guy that's there. It's over.
Yep. And you know, he could have gotten lucky and got him with the spray pattern he used. It was just a little wild, didn't kind of guarantee it with a little bit more sort of poise on the spray. And you know, don't want to roast Jukes too hard for it. It happens to everybody.
Yeah, well,
but
for
at the
sure.
same time,
It would
you gotta
happen
be
to
keeping
me.
yourself-
I'm just
yeah,
expecting
absolutely.
these
Yeah,
players.
Jukes has been quite solid other than that, you know, but it's it you know, it's just unfortunate.
I'm
It
just
definitely
so
does
surprised.
happen though, and Menchie like getting that second kill was to me was the really the kicker. It felt like, you know, they just weren't not prepared to trade there, and impressive for Menchie to get both, you know, because that was such a
That's
those were the
absolutely
two
huge.
biggest impact frags of the entire match so far.
It
probably.
should be 14-14 right now, right? And there's
exactly.
way less pressure where you don't you're saying at UV1 not thinking I have to win every round in a row
Yep.
because of that round. So it's just like it's so tight. And I don't know. You can't ever point to one round, especially a game that's this close, 15-13. You could say that about literally every other round that a Blaze took. If UV1 won one more round, you could point to the CT side. Where they were down 12. It was 12, if I remember correctly. I could actually check. 12-3, yeah. So you could point to that. If you just like, oh, if we just took one more round on that side, we'd be in a better situation. So don't want to like point too much at that, but it's just in that moment when it's so close to getting it close to tying it up, it just seems like that's a crazy moment to put on. And you touched on it at the beginning of the show when we were talking off air about how of this crazy day of sports and esports. Again, it started with
of course, Johnny. Of
of
course, we
course,
would get this.
yeah, exactly, right. Started with MSI and League of Legends. That was 5 games in a best of 5. Then I went on to watch Flashpoint, some absolutely banger matches up there. Went to watch the Jets game. That goes overtime.
My boys and the Jets came back from 4-1. Hell yeah, dude.
And now we're here, UV1, trying to make a killer comeback as we come out of the pause here. They still got to win 2 in a row just to take it to overtime, but they're poised to do it.
Yeah, they look ready to do it. They have calmed down over the course of this match. They've tightened up. They've become sharper. It's looking good, but yeah, Blaze still very, very dangerous players here. Arturo in particular. Sasha as well has pulled out some incredible plays.
There you go. They are
Vampy.
stacked on here. Vampy's going to meet up with them. But Vampy somehow takes them both out.
No way. Vampy with 2 kills on the stacked up players. What a play to start that one off. And the fact that they need every single round just makes it all that much sweeter as they got full control of A site now.
Yeah, they are getting into it, just crossing all their
Save.
T's and dotting all their I's.
Giving it. Yep. Blaze knows they can buy next round if they go down here, and that would bring it to overtime. So they've got to save.
Vampy. In that situation, that's one of those ones where if they take out Vampy and they 1-for-1 or whatever, they but you're trying to set up with that kind of a stack because you don't expect the 2-headed monster to gotta be sitting there.
Exactly,
But Vampy just takes them both out, and he doesn't even die. He still
For
lives.
some reason, when I watched on the X-ray Vampy coming around the corner, I was like, "Oh no, he's killing the both, isn't he?" it just kind of sometimes you can kind of feel it, you know?
Yeah.
And pretty intense. So there we go, a Blaze. UV1 come within 1 round of a Blaze, and it's, you know, they do have a buy here, but it's not the most effective buy. You can see the money over here. They're going to be able to get rifles and utility. They're going to be able to get armor, but it's just not exactly what you'd want in terms of all the utility you need. In fact, they do manage to pretty much fill up the utility. So there we go. Blaze have put together a buy for this final round of regulation. UV1, Zalik back on the op. Looking so good on it so far this game. Demic in this very dangerous position on Banana. We've seen him be so effective here, and they are heading towards A instead. But the bomb still left in that default position. Look at this, though. UV1 not committing much control towards Banana at all. They're just peeking it from that long angle. They got a different idea here. They want apps. They're playing so cautious, Johnny. Everybody knows it's on a knife's edge right now.
Oh, I was wondering if Menchie was going to peek that, and absolutely does. Zalik gives another one. Tries to see if he can time out a second, but Zalik opening up the round now does potentially mean they can just kind of move up into Banana here.
Yeah, it's big to get control there.
Demic is a tough forcing to kind of run through, though, so see if they get at that. Demic jumping out of there just in time.
Playing with fire here, Demic. Peeking into that op again, but Zalik does back off. Sasha actually has an opportunity here, and yeah, Vampy trying to flank way around, but the Blaze are not going to fall for that. It's a bit of a misstep there by Vampy.
Yeah, so it does even up the numbers here, but underneath balcony here is Sasha Grey. Pei trying to chill out in pit. And Molly's going to force him off to a different position here. They're starting to move into it now. Damos gets taken down. Pei sprays down 2. Jukes eventually able to take him down. But Sasha still survives here. He's now taken out. Demic making his way through short as the bomb is planted. 2v2 for the retake. Arturo running in through the smoke. He's got an AUG. Jumps. Tries to find one. Trade happens. So it's 1v1 now. Arturo versus Jukes. Arturo been absolutely clutch the whole time. Does he stick to the defuse? Ooh, Jukes takes him down and clutches it out, putting us 15-15. We're in overtime in a game that goes 12-3 for both sides.
Blaze got 12 rounds on the T side of Inferno, and still unexpected victory make the comeback to get to overtime. Amazing from UV1. Everybody came back. Everybody just woke up in this second half. And, you know, in particular, you got to shout out those who were having a bit of a slower game, Jukes, Vampy, and Eglet, who all came to play in this second half and brought UV1 back from the brink. It's just so good here in just a random game in the middle of the season of Maine. It is so impressive what UV1 have been able to do, and there's so much tension between these two teams right now. Ablaze are so good. They've got a great handle on exactly how to play Inferno. They are really prepared for this map, and they've got some incredibly skilled players on their team as well, while UV1 is just a dog backed into the corner, a wounded animal lashing out like only it can, and just making this comeback, making Ablaze work for every single round. And we are live in overtime.
Inferno
on the CT side.
Inferno's an insane map, dude.
Inferno always delivers.
Yeah, always, man. Oh, I can't believe we're actually at where we're at. This day has been absolutely nutty for esports fans, for sure, and UV1 putting on a show to match everything that's going on today. Blaze opens up this round, though, taking down Zalik right away.
So yeah, Zalik there got a little bit too aggressive. You know that Zalik is feeling himself right now, but Pei taking advantage of that this time with that op. So impressive stuff. That's a good adjustment. You know, Pei coming out with the op. That isn't something that has happened for Ablaze on this banana defense yet. So Zalik definitely not expecting that one.
Yeah. Some little slightly awkward situation now. They're starting to hit both sites kind of at the same time, though. They're moving through mid here. Sasha Grey is behind there. He'll take him down. Arturo uses him as bait a little bit to trade 1-for-1. Pei trying to look around.
And there's a nice setup. Couple of players still on the A site. UV1 have had such trouble taking this area of the map.
Flash is coming through. Damos is flashed up, backing off now. He's going to throw in a flash himself. Demic is starting to make his way through, trying to get through library. Here's Vampy through apps. Pei sitting down there and hit. Should be a nice nade here.
Not much, actually. Yeah, I thought it would.
Yeah, I thought it'd do more than that for sure. Pei probably just moved enough to avoid much of the damage. Comes the smoke, so he can get onto the site here. Arturo takes down 1-for-1. Vampy gets taken out, so that's going to leave Jukes here to get taken down. Ablaze finally take a round here in OT to hit the first one. See if UV1 can answer back.
Yeah, see if they can. Ablaze, yeah, you know, the big adjustment there was Pei going in for that early op peak into Banana, and now you can see the op actually has switched over to Arturo, who's been playing on the A site. So interesting adjustments here coming in from a Blaze. A few more tricks up their sleeve to take out UV1, who have now gone into a double op setup here. And Deimos makes it happen early on, taking out Arturo and removing that op from the hands of a Blaze here. So UV1 already on a 5 versus 4.
The double op setup on the T side. It's rarely seen, but hey, if you can make it work, you can make it work. Jukes takes down Demic, and she walks up. Trade it back, at least. So 4v3. So we watch Sasha tie up the numbers here to take down Egglet, but then Vampy re-establishes their numbers advantage.
3 versus 2, yeah, like you say, both ops still alive. You kind of want to switch to the right.
Okay, doing some damage through that smoke. Should be a decent molly here. It's going to force them in an awkward position. Zalek then takes advantage of that. Really good use of that molly.
Amazing movement in Vampy with the last. Zalek, wow, that is so good. It's really hard to describe, but if you watch a lot of operas, you'll know how impressive what Zalek just did was. It's just being able to reposition yourself so you know, okay, I've got this very rare angle with a weird little smoke on mid. I'm going to back up into boiler, go up, make sure I'm not getting my aim, make sure I'm not getting my crosshair weirdly positioned, and then find the way to stabilize and get the kill. Just such good use of movement from Zalek. That's so impressive.
Yeah, it's awesome. I always just Egglet takes some damage from Vampy, unfortunately, but I always like to think of like what I would do in situations when I watch the pitch. I know I would just die throwing the molly. Like somehow I would die with the molly in my hand. That's how that would end. Instead, Zalek makes an absolutely clutch play, and he makes another one, opening up this round. Just knowing when they're gonna come out and peek. Just clearly a ton of experience in Zalek's hands. Just knows what to do in those situations, get themselves advantages. That's what they have here, 5v4 with a minute left to go, and they got the pick of sight.
They do. They have a 5 versus 4. They've got, as you say, a minute left, and we'll see what they choose. You know, they are heading towards B, and I agree with this idea. They've made the read, but also I just think they've been more effective in their B hits. They seem very confident. As long as they can get past Demic, then they can really, you know, be effective onto the B site. Don't want to speak too soon, though, as Demic has not gone down just yet. They'll be mollied out of that position now, and they're going to be able to get onto site here as, it was a 3-stack on A.
Ooh, Demic does take down one at least, but they will get this bomb plant off. And Arturo is going to try to come in here with his op to see what he can do with it. Rest of his team are now joining here. They're trying to make the approach from CT spawn. But Zalek gets that shot. Vampy and Jukes finish off the rest of them.
Okay.
And we got a 2-1 advantage now for UV1 on that T side of the map. But now we switch over. And again, this has just been two teams that are very confident on the T side, but haven't been able to get it done on the CT side. Now UV1, if they can 2-1 again, they'll win this map today. But a Blaze Esports, it's very scary because it's very realistic for a Blaze to just 3-0 this side.
Exactly. Yep, it definitely could happen. And so UV1 still up against the wall here, not wanting to have gotten into this position. You know, a 12-3 half, a couple of rough rounds in the next half as well. This game could have gone very differently, and with UV1 now finally finding their form at the end of the match, you've got to imagine they are favored here. But a Blaze, it just seemed to, you know, they've got these ideas that are coming in, and every time they kind of bring out something new, unexpected victory, take a moment, maybe a round to adapt to it. I'm impressed with how a Blaze have played.
All right. Start off this round. Blaze, Arturo specifically, is taking a decent amount of damage. But
little damage, like you say, and yeah, you know, definitely going to be tough up against the M4s. Continue pushing on. Arturo, put in a similar position to Egglet earlier, where you've got to get rid of your utility, and that's what he's starting to do.
Yeah, pushing on there. Looks like they're gonna start to back off and push towards A. They're waiting to pick up the bomb and get that one done here, get through apartments. But Arturo gonna throw it, like you said, just using that little bit of utility left on them to try to at least keep them honest and keep some people over at the B site. But they got 3 over here on A. So let's see if it's enough for them to pandemic. So at the bottom of apartments here, we'll walk out and pick off Zalek. But look like a nade did a ton of damage to a couple members there in mid. See if it's enough to help them defend here. Rotation is coming over as Egglet is making their way here. Vamping is taken down. Jukes is going to be able to finish off one, but Egglet on that rotation is able to find one for himself too as well. Bomb planted. Deimos and Egglet here. Looking to be the duo that can retake this one.
A lot of utility damage has already been done. UV1 doing a good job there.
Ooh,
Not able to
Menchie.
find the frags. Wow, Menchie, what is it with Menchie and sitting on A site? Just so good from that position. Amazing headshots there.
All right.
Brings us up to a tie game.
All right, we're tied up here. Again, it is just the way this has been going. It's very realistic that what's going to end up happening is a team that goes 3-0 on the T side will win it.
Hmm.
So it is scary, but UV1's got to take at least one here. Puts us in another overtime situation, but Demic starts the round by taking a little bit of damage. Kind of how last round started.
All quiet here. A Blaze playing a pretty passive default. But UV1 as well, they have decided not to go for those aggressive banana plays anymore. Zalek, he always stands on this off angle. It's very, very interesting. Right in the middle of sort of that B hall. These wide swings, you know, this is just, it's a non-standard type of opping.
Mm-hmm.
You know, standing this far out. But in this case, he's outside of the smoke, and so if they do run in, he's got an angle here, but nobody's moving a muscle right now.
And they haven't moved yet. Still 35 seconds left on this round. UV1 finally playing this one more patiently, but here comes the hit toward the A site now as they're making their way through long here is Menchie. Rotation is coming through.
It's a wrap. It is.
Oh, yeah, they're wrapping back. Sasha gets that one. Looks like we got a bunch of trading going on the actual
Wow.
site, but in the end, Arturo's the last one standing over there, so they'll get going and get the plant down. On the other side, Jukes did take down Peg, so that means 3v2. Jukes
And they
and
keep-
Deimos got to do this.
They keep doing it. A Blaze, again, you know, they come up with a new idea that this B hit.
Ooh. Oh.
Now a Blaze one round away, and yeah, you know, that B hit with the wrap and, you know, managing to find that opening kill into Banana, it's just so impressive, and it's what the type of thing a Blaze have been doing all map long. Really, really good stuff here from a Blaze. They look so good, and their frags are so even across the board. I just, you know, I like watching this team. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I gotta root for my UV1 boys, but the Blaze are playing good Counter-Strike.
Yeah. Oh, Salek. Trying to make that happen. But again, another round where a
another one, yeah.
Blaze is starting the round
Yeah.
lower HP numbers. And
Yep.
so that does set up UV1 nicely to... I got to take one of these rounds. Force another OT here.
Yeah, UV want to put themselves in a nice spot here with all that damage done. Egglet and Deimos once again on this crossfire. Been a while since they used it.
Yeah.
This time there's nobody to run distraction though. Last time they did this, they had Vampy run up Banana and sort of be the bait, be the scarecrow.
Does look like
Get a
Navi's
Blaze
making his
to
way here.
Twitch, yeah, and Vampy is walking up, so maybe they're going to play this exact same thing. So Vampy now is forced to stay back.
Egglet
They
picks
run
down
into
one.
volleys.
Zalek grabs another. Egglet now with two. Vampy with another one. Egglet's gonna jump down and grab the third frag. And oh boy, we're going to double overtime now. UV1 got to get it done on CT side once again. At least
Man.
pick up a round here.
I don't know if a Blaze are hitting B a single time if they get back onto T, because they just flipped around that sign on the door and closed down B site for business in that last play. That was amazing. Even more effective this time with the double molly coming in. Everybody having to walk into like a lake of fire as they peek into that crossfire. Egglet and Deimos just have such a great setup there with Vampy backing them up. I love what UV1 do on B on the CT side. So we'll see if they can keep pulling it off here. This is double overtime already, so... Woo! Man, of course, Johnny. How did we not know?
No,
it
of
would
course.
come to this.
I thought I was going to play more WoW tonight. That's not going to happen. I'm going to go to bed after this for sure. But either way, UV1 has come out to entertain because they always do. Always find a way to make it awesome for us. And it was a little bit funny. Yes, last game I was complaining about some blowouts UV1s have been doing in that. I'd like to see more close games because it's more entertaining. But obviously, the players should just play their best. I'm not saying they should purposely try to make it close. But here we go. They do it, and
Yep.
we're back into this double overtime. Again, it feels like they're definitely gonna need to get another CT side win here because it does feel like the winner of this thing is gonna be someone who goes 3-0 on the T side.
Yeah, I think you've got a good read on it. I think you're right. Zalek finds an entry already. Wow. Sasha gets taken down. Zalek really has a poor instinct on that op. You know, he's always running around. He's always just kind of, all over the map, taking a tour.
Oh.
MP opens up as well.
Oh, Zalek!
Oh, Zalek, look at this. See, why do you're not supposed to slow peek an angle like that. But he does it, and he just keeps getting those kills. It is very, very impressive what this guy is able to do. I love seeing it. He seems like he's just such a great fit. He's such a wild card, you know.
He just blows open rounds.
Yeah.
And it makes it kind of wild. Deimos should be able to catch this one here. Does do so. So that does leave Pei left, who tries to walk up and will succeed that time, knowing exactly where Deimos was. But it's Pei now trying to walk in. Does grab another one here. Does have the bomb in hand, but Jukes will finally take him down. So very important CT side win here for UV1 in this double overtime. And if they can
and that would have been
steal
something.
another.
Would have been something quite special if Pei had won that, but UV1 do take it down with some great opening frags. They are very good on those initial aim duels. In particular, Zalek has been very impressive on those with the op. Ablaze not going for the op. 5 rifles here. 5 AKs. And they're going fast into mid.
Yeah, they're just running straight at it. Zalek gonna throw down a molly towards short, but they are moving again. It worked that one time, so they're like, let's just pull it off. Nice shot from Arturo. Take down Vampy, but Deimos trades and then takes out another one. Ogchamp has come out to play, folks. Here comes the hit towards the B site, though, still moving forward. Egglet trying to handle them. Deimos now come to help too as well. In fact, the whole squad's here.
Blaze tried this already, and it worked so well when they got that initial pick on Banana. This time, UV1 gave a little bit more ground. I love how well they were able to adapt to it. It took them 1 round, and then they said, okay, we know how to deal with this. We catch the wrap. We back off so we don't get picked on B site. Really, really nice kills from UV1.
Ooh, Egglet stepping up in this overtime. He's got himself another couple. He eventually gets taken down by Pei there, but does plenty of damage now. Zalek just waiting here if he peeks out his head. Oh, bad timing on pulling out the flash. Pei then takes out Jukes. Oh, not like this. Oh,
Wow.
Pei, are you you kidding me with that 3K?
Amazing. You know, it's just really, really unlucky for Zalek to pull out the flash at that very moment. That's just, you just can't deal with something like that. You know, there's no way to play around bad timings like that. But impressive from Pei, in particular, to take out the other player as well. Really, really patient work. Able to, you know, just sort of find 2 1v1s. Impressive stuff. So, Blaze do get another round. UV1. If they get 2 rounds on the CT side, they're in a very good spot. Both of these teams have done better on the T side than the CT.
See what Jukes can do here. He's hanging on the balcony. He just jumps at the wrong time again. Oh, Pei ends up falling, taking just enough fall damage. He had 2 HP left. See hits coming here. Menchi opts to run through the fire. Demic does take down Egglet, then takes down Deimos. So it is Zalek by himself here with the op. It's time for him to show off his clutch skills now. Just barely misses that one. The one in apps. Gonna throw out the molly towards him, see if he can find an angle to take down the other right in the middle of the site. But Menchi will take advantage of that one. So it will be a 2-1 on this side there for a Blaze. Again, another round that really hurts for UV1 to have lost that round just before that one.
Yep.
But again, to me, this whole time it's felt like it's going to be a 3-0 on the T side. So UV1 did get at least 1 round on the CT side. So if they can 3-0 it here, they can still win this.
They can win it in this overtime.
Or
they sweep. Man. Wild stuff from UV1 here. They are... you know, they're both... It feels like both teams are just holding on by a thread right now.
Yeah.
Nobody is in control. There is no control right now on Inferno. UV1 have come up with such a huge, you know, rally, like I said before, but they need to get it over the finish line here, and Ablaze is fighting tooth and nail not to let them do so.
And
UV1 have gotten so unlucky on the timings a couple of these rounds.
Yeah,
it's just really, really sad to see. You know, this could have been over a long time ago if just a couple of timings had been different. And it is just luck, you know. 3, 2, 1. You just get lucky.
That was an impressive one for one, to be honest.
Menchi doesn't get lucky there, yeah.
Yeah, certainly. There ton of noise being made right now by UV1 over here. It's going to force Asher Gray back. Just chill out in pit here. They might be going for this side. Here's a Turo. Gets a flash help from his friend. Great set play there from Ablaze. To get a nice little flash assist, and Arturo comes in to clean up the kill.
UV1 with 2 ops on the team side again, and they keep doing this. It's working out nicely in terms of opening picks, but they keep ending up with the 2 ops alive in a you know, disadvantageous position player-wise.
Yeah, Zalek
now
does
a rifle has been picked up.
Here's Egglet just gonna come up and go and top. And Egglet has been the absolute clutchest player in this overtime. We talk so much about a lot of the superstars on this team, and sometimes Egglet, sometimes it's sometimes easy to forget Egglet, but in this overtime, Egglet is making sure we stop forgetting about him.
How did he get? How did he get that? How did he get that second kill? I do not. I guess the player was a little bit hurt. He just kind of like casually tapped. It was just like, okay, so I'll take care of this. Okay, yeah, that player's gone too. Like it just seems so so nonchalant the way he did that. Amazing from Egglet there. And yeah, UV1 equalized once again.
Yeah.
And wow, yeah.
Interesting stuff. Oh, man, this whole time I'm thinking, yeah, we got to interview Zalek at the end of this one because he's been so pop-off. But purely based on what Egglet's done in overtime, He might earn MVP from me just purely based on what
Yeah.
you do in the clutchest times, right? That's
Well,
the most
look at the
important
scores.
moments.
Everybody's back to very close to even 330 bombs from UV1.
Yeah.
And yeah, just everybody has come to play today, finding that, mental fortitude. Like,
Woo-hoo.
wow, I can't believe it took him that long. I guess,
I think he
we
was-
saw the
might have been-
X-ray.
Yeah. Might have
It
been
wasn't
flash at
flash,
first,
but I
no?
guess the grenade smoke
Just
was
enough.
He was running into that. Pei also takes a bunch of damage, so yeah, UV1 find an advantage here.
Yeah, they get that early pick once again. Menchie taking some damage from a grenade. Vampy walking up now, looking to get that done. They're also moving towards the B side at the same time here. Jukes gets in there. Spray transfer. Jukes. Well, Jukes now the next one to go. Hey, don't forget about me now too either.
We'll do 5 interviews.
Yeah, just get the whole team.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Amazing from UV1. And yeah, Jukes, just a great individual play there with the spray transfer. Access to B site. Pei does find one actually on 18 HP, so kills Vampy. And there's nothing to do but go for it. He's just with only one flash up against so much utility.
Yeah,
And
Zalek's not gonna miss
finding
that.
Sasha. Pei's on 18 HP. It's just, it would be
Boom.
a miracle. It's not gonna happen. Jukes with a third in the round.
All of a sudden, we're in this wild west of a game. UV1 here. Got a good opportunity now.
Mm-hmm.
Close this one out. Again, it was 12-3.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
want to remind everyone, if you're
UV1
just tuning in, it was 12-3.
looking to make the same type of comeback that the Winnipeg Jets just made against Edmonton. They go for the boost ablaze. It hasn't done much so far over the course of this game. UV1 rarely hitting that that hallway position.
Mm-hmm. Just curious if
Yeah,
Jukes gets it done over here again. He did it once.
They're going to be a little bit more cautious, Ablaze. They keep running into problems at Banana. UV1 ran into problems there as well with Demic being very, very good in that position, but Jukes more recently taking him out.
Ooh, trades happening now. Vampy takes down a couple, but Arturo and Pei are able to take a couple for themselves too as well. So 3v3 now. So you watch Demic
Again-
over here in Banana.
Again, we're back on 2 ops in a 3v3. Not what you want. It's just, you can't argue with the results in terms of rounds for T-side, but UV1 need to find a way to make these 2 ops work. They do have 2 smokes. Smokes are very, very useful if you've got ops in this situation because you don't have to go around as many short angles.
Ooh, Demic taking tons damage from that molly, but he walks up and shoots one down. He takes out another. Zalek, though, finally trades, but can Zalek clutch this out? He takes a decent amount of damage here. Looking to plant the bomb, trying to get through it. He's got down to 12 HP. Pei walks around the corner and takes him out.
And yeah, Zalek just didn't have any time there, unfortunately. We go
Yeah.
back to a tie game. Tie game! Oh my god. These overtimes.
Ooh.
Mid-season. Just one random game, one
Yep.
random map.
Yep.
We get a full series worth of Counter-Strike out of it. We are truly blessed tonight.
Yeah, it's been an absolutely wild ride. But people, basically, they just keep surviving over there on the
Yeah.
CT side of both teams. They're able, each time it's been 2-1 in favor of whatever the T side was. And just being able to get one CT side win has just been enough to continuously extend this overtime. But here we go. UV1 now with another opportunity, making 3-0 the T side.
Yeah, definitely a possibility here. Blaze have not found a consistent answer to UV1's ability at getting opening picks. Zalek has gotten them much more often than not, in particular, and other players have been stepping up as well. They're going to push Banana again.
They're getting through on it. Juke's going to meet up with them, but Arturo will get advantage and win that one out this time. Vampy does trade on the other side of the map there. But they
Good amount of damage as well
push.
was done to those Ablaze players who were backing off of Banana. So just, you know, once again, this rifle. And the thing is, these ops don't combine that well with that type of utility usage. You know, it doesn't matter that Demic is at 24 HP right now because Deimos and Zalik are both killing him in one hit regardless.
Demic walks around the
Really
corner and
unlucky
takes
there.
down both
Wait,
of them.
What? They were both there. I didn't even see the other player, but yeah, basically a collat comes in. Great flash. It's only Zalik remaining.
All right, Zalik, you've done some magical stuff today. Can you 1v4 clutch with an op? Not this time around. Sasha Gray will grab that one. Blaze take a very important CT round.
Yep. Still, double ops. UV1 trusting the system.
Yeah.
Keeping that consistency going. Everybody
The only
near or
issue with
above
it
30.
I have at this point is that I feel like Blazers have adjusted to it. That they've
Well-
had some early aggression that the op setups do win out the round for it, but it feels like Blaze finally go, okay, they're just pulling out these ops over and over
Well,
again.
my read is this, you know, Vampy is playing by himself a lot of the time. He's sort of playing a lurk, trying to kind of create disarray in the back
Menchie.
lines. Here's Menchie, though.
Oh.
Wow, great peek there. Takes out Jukes. Anyway, Vampy has often been trading 1-for-1, and they don't have much of a way to take advantage of that positioning because the ops are, you know, kind of sitting back like ops do. And so you can't advance and scale onto the map the way you'd like to, you know, as a T-side team once you've gotten a trade. So it just, there's a bit of a dissonance in the way individual players are sort of approaching this attack.
Right. Ooh, nice nade there. But doesn't matter much because Vampy, unfortunately, looking at the other way. Deimos, though, will at least trade that one, so we're still back down to a 4v3. They're moving through it. Hey, and Demic take down a couple, but Egglet will take down one more. Menchie then takes down Egglet, and now that's 2-0 start in their third overtime here for Ablaze on the CT side. The first time either team has won 2 rounds on the CT side.
Exactly. This is pretty scary here. UV1 need every round from here on in. And they do go off the double op, only going for 1. Ablaze haven't picked up an op in a long time. They've realized basically that they're outclassed in that situation. Zalik against any of their players is going to win an op fight. So they're playing with more of those rifles. It does seem to be working. And you can see a little bit of limited utility on UV1. They've thrown a bunch of it. Haven't gotten a lot out of it. Now they're advancing towards A. 3 players versus 2. 1 player, though, waiting at Arch.
Yeah, so they got boosted up there. Faith throws a smart nade right at him.
Always good nade. Do as much as I might have thought it would, but still. That's the message.
Still trying to put on more pressure here. Here's Payne, gonna get around and take down Egglet. Deimos
So
coming
well.
to join here. Hey, just enough time to reload with the gun! And still takes down Jukes. Deimos take down Sasha. Zalik's gonna pick up one more. But Pay has been holding it down here. He's got himself 2K. But Zalik finally takes him out. Bomb now planted. 2v3 on the retake here. Zalik gonna hit another beautiful op shot, leaving Demic now by themselves for the 1v3 clutch. Starts off with the smoke, but Zalik just walks out and picks up 4K on that round.
So this is what you want. If you're going to play an op on the T side, you need to be able to be confident in your ability to take sites,
Mhm.
because then you can see Zalek is destroying them on the retake. You know, he just peeks around every corner, gets one kill here, one kill there. You know, if you have to go into him because the bomb is planted, and that's great, but you've got to get on site. So they need a bit of a more consistent plan to get on site if they really do want to make these drops. In that round, you showed exactly how it can work. You know, with they didn't need opening picks to get onto site. They just needed, you know, 1 or 2 trades, and then if Zalek stays alive with the op, he can hold it. He can hold his own, but still UV1 a round down here.
Yeah, advantage to Blaze now. They can 2-1 on their T side. That's all it takes for them to win it. So we were kind of wait for the half break to get through. This has been a wild day of Counter-Strike. Again, if you were just tuning in, it was a 12-3 lead for Blaze Esports after their after their T side. And UV1 able to climb it all the way back. Force now what we're into this triple OT. We got advantage of Blaze Esports as the second half of this one. So see if they close it out or if UV1 are right there to force another overtime.
Both Zalek and Demic are working on a 40 bomb here. Such a mental game at this point. Who can outlast the other?
Yeah, I note Blaze Esports played a match before this one.
Yeah, very, very
So
impressive
they're
stuff
playing
for
a
them to
crazy
be at this level.
marathon. Yeah, definitely impressive stuff from a Blaze Esports.
Yeah, I like them. I like the way they play.
Jukes takes down one, looking down to pick down another, but Pei and Sasha will grab a couple for themselves. Zalek is coming over to rotate. Vampy sitting there, and Pit is taken down. They will get this plant off. They just avoid where Zalek is and just get onto the A site. Here's Damos with that AUG, though, trying to get something down. Zalek does get taken out, so it is just Damos 1v4. Gonna meet up with Sasha Gray in a moment here, but Sasha just with the quick hands, able to pick up that one. 3K in the round for him. And now, a double map point coming up here for a Blaze.
Exactly. UV1 need both here to bring us to another overtime. Woo!
Whew.
And yeah, it's like you say, you've got to avoid Zalek at this point. You just can't go where he is. He's going to win almost every gunfight you put up against him.
They might have mind gamed them here now. They're rushing towards the B site. Zalek this time has gone over towards A, so they are successfully avoiding him by doing this. Arturo, though, gets taken down by Egglet, who again has been so clutch in his OT so far. Damos trying to hold it down himself with that op. Will not be able to do so. Zalek now has made his way over here. Can he get the work started? Jukes gets taken down. 2v3 still here. Vampy takes out one more, so we're back to even numbers. Vampy trying to work down on Sasha. Will take him out. Only Pei left remaining here for a Blaze. He's got a good angle here if he walks into this one, but Zalek is just quicker. And we're still playing more Counter-Strike, folks. UV1 got to win one more to tie it back up to bring us to a quadra overtime.
Unbelievable. Even then. So, Egglet and Damos had the same crossfire setup, but Damos was on the op this time. Clearly feeling a little bit more comfortable on that weapon right now, but because of it, Damos wasn't able to cover for Egglet as effectively. You know, covering fire, not exactly what you peg the op to do. Damos is going back over there, but in the end, it was Zalek who had to save the round again with a bunch of kills. Vampy and Zalek doing a nice job to combine.
Oh,
Damos, this
Damos!
is a great pick here. Through the fire and the flames, we take him down.
Oh. That's sort of like Jiggle Peak baited out Zalek to shoot when he thought maybe he was going to come out a little further, but means he still gets to live. But again, it's still numbers advantage right after that first pick. Looks like they are coming towards apartments now. Zalek opens up there, takes him down, throws out the molly. Pei's going to be standing in fire, but he takes down at least one kill. Well, that's all happening. Zalek gets around the corner, picks up that one, and how are we in overtime still?
Oh my god. 24-24. These players I think that's the 40 for Zalek, by the way. Just in case anybody was wondering.
Yeah, I think it is, even though he doesn't. I hate it. It doesn't show
Doesn't
us
show in
stats
the-
during
yeah,
that. But yeah, 4 overtimes now. If anyone
Yikes.
was trying to go to sleep tonight, sorry.
Sorry about that. Not happening. Not happening just yet.
Not
We got
happening.
more Counter-Strike to play first. We have more important things to do than sleep, like Counter-Strike playing.
Yeah, folks, it's a long weekend. You have tomorrow
exactly.
off in Canada. I
exactly.
don't know if it's a long weekend in the States too. I don't know, but
I bet it is.
it
Anyway,
probably is. I don't know.
treat it like it is. be a man.
Happy Victoria
Stay up
Day,
late
everyone. I guess like
on a work
for me,
night.
it's Central Time for us, so it is officially Victoria Day for us, and Eastern Time for most people for UV1, so also for them. So it's officially that day. Happy Victoria Day. We're getting a rush going through Banana now. Demic leading the charge. Runs straight past Fire. Eglet gets burned down. Deimos will at least trade that off. We're getting that one rotator coming over. Deimos, though, holding it down pretty well. Switches to the Deagle to grab another. Sasha will take him out, but will trade. Zalek has come and has arrived. Jukes gets taken down, but it is Menchie by himself. Tries to go over the flat. It's that flick from Zalek. And
Yeah,
UV1
wow.
take a big CT round.
What an individual performance there from Deimos.
Yeah.
That was so good to get that second op kill on the guy's leg when he peeked out, who was standing on top of oranges, and then a deagle kill to boot, and just buys enough time for Zalek to get back in for the second op to come into play. UV1, great stuff, and in particular Deimos, amazing work there that round. And yeah, Demic with the rush, it almost worked. He had the Mac 10 coming in and did manage to find a kill. Traded this time by Deimos as they switch up that B positioning a little bit. This time they go back to the crossfire. Deimos once again on the op. Eglet once again on the planters. And there's no Vampy to run distraction the way he has done the last couple of times when this worked.
Here's Zalek, though. Looking at mid. This smoked off. That goes down. Could potentially see Menchie over here. Just barely.
He spotted him. He spotted him, but the jump. Very lucky for that Ablaze player. And you, with the timing, with the luck going the way it was, you gotta imagine if that was a UV1 player, he doesn't get that timing.
Yeah. Vampy sitting under there. Will
Trying
get
to
taken
turn
down by
away.
Menchie.
Unlucky. Like, see? There you go. The same idea. Timing. Screws him over. Zalek gets traded there.
Here we are. Jukes underneath pit here. He's got to deal with that Molly. He's going to walk through an awkward spot here now. Taking some damage from that one. Bomb has been planted. Another Molly. Jukes literally living up to his name right now. He's got a juke left and right. He does pick up one. Eglet grabs the other, but Arturo grabbing two there. It leaves Deimos by himself. Does he go for this defuse?
No way. This is a great spot. Deimos.
Ah!
Oh! Very, very close for Deimos there. Great idea. Defusing from as far away as he could. Standing up so that his head wasn't in the position they would have thought to check. But still, nice job by Ablaze to hold that. I love the idea from Deimos. Though.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would've been
It was a good try. It was very, very, very close. So we're tied up here again. As
Yep.
what happened? No.
Yeah, I lost the server here. I'm watching off your stream, of course, so it'll be the same for you. Hopefully we get back to it.
No.
This would be very unfortunate for something to go wrong here in terms of connection.
I'm so sad right now.
Yeah, I wonder if we should try reconnecting to the Go TV. See if something went wrong with the server, because this is not the time, folks. Not the time for us to
No.
lose the feed.
I'm so sad right now. If that's
Fingers crossed here, everybody. I need your energy in chat.
yeah.
That we get back into this game. Clearly not your internet, because
Yeah,
I
because
can
we're
hear you just fine
yeah,
on
I'm
Discord.
still here. We're still chatting.
I wonder if a restart of the CSGO client would maybe do us. Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Oh.
It's loading. The progress car's
We are
moving.
loading into Dust 2 right now on my screen.
Oh. What's happening?
See what we find.
What happened?
Server shut down in the chat. Zalik and Vampy are in here.
Oh.
Apparently, we went too many overtimes and we broke it.
Oh.
What
Server crash.
turn of events here. Very, very unlucky.
My goodness. ESEA. You heart. No, what a heart. Do we have match medic for this? I don't know. I'm so
That's
sad
the
right now.
question. I mean, we had, what were we on? 25
It's
to
25-25.
So at least we were even. But wow. Oh man,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't even know.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't
even know what
know.
to say about that one. We will get it going as some folks flood into the stream to find out exactly what's going on here. And
Yeah.
well, we will find out for you folks as soon as we possibly can.
In the meantime, how do I do this again? Oh, I was gonna at least show off the score, but I'm failing at clicking buttons.
Yeah. The server crashed. More confirmation in Twitch chat. Vampy and Zalik have shown up for their lament, which is fair enough. I mean, they've played a hell of a game so far.
Yeah, what do we do? Just
But yeah, that is the question. I mean, I don't know. Somebody will have to check the ESCA rulebook potentially and find out exactly how to resolve this issue.
in the meantime, let's take a look at how this game's been going so far as we look at the kind of stat line. The one person over
Yeah.
40 is Zalik, sitting
Yep.
45 and 29. And I gotta remember after the first half, he wasn't looking super, super great, but it's just, well, neither was the whole team, but it was able to come
Yeah.
back into it and lead the server. Leading for Ablaze is Demic, who sits at 39 and 33. Obviously, has been very, very strong. Even though they were struggling on the CT side for the most of them, it was still Demic that seemed to be the one person still playing really, really strong. And look, it's surprising, like how like we were talking, like Arturo being so good in that T side to start off with, that we were like, how are they a 3-5 team with, or 2-3 team
2 and 3,
with this player? Well, he actually cooled off by a lot since then, so
Big time.
he might have just been playing out of his mind.
Yep.
He's actually like bottom fragging on his team there at 29.
Yep.
Yeah,
Just had a great half, you know.
Yeah,
and,
just had a
you know,
monster half.
Good on him. Did really, really well in that half, but other members of the team had to pick up after him after he quieted down. So, yeah, you know, the stat line, it's hard to say exactly what the stat line tells you in a game like this when it's just been such a slog, such a journey for both teams and both players coming in, or, you know, both teams coming in, all the players having to struggle against that energy loss that comes with overtime after overtime, win after loss after back and forth. It is an entirely different set of skills to be able to deal with that type of situation than it is just to click heads in Counter-Strike. You know, they need both skills, obviously, because you do get these types of situations, but you can't train for this.
Yeah, we got Zalik in the room. Zalik, if you want to give us a little insight of what's going down.
Man, it was 25-25.
Yeah.
We had a 5v1 and server shut down, and we
Ah.
won't get the round. That is the worst thing, that we will not get the round.
So,
no.
Basically, you're gonna have to replay that round, even though
Yeah.
it was like
A
99%
5v1.
you win it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Dude,
know.
this
I mean,
game is just...
It's
it is-
insane, man.
We were talking about bringing you in for the interview after the game. I'm glad you're here with us now. But you know, first and foremost, do we know how we're going to proceed now? Are we waiting for another server to sort of get ready, or
It's ESCA. It's gonna take forever.
Who knows?
So maybe the match might be moved to next week. Like,
Yeah.
Like, who knows?
And then
but,
we play one overtime or however many more overtimes it takes you to. Well, yeah. I mean, thanks for joining us anyway and chatting with us. We'll just
Yeah,
kind
no
of
worries.
hang out till we wait. Do you mind hanging out a little bit longer, or do you need to go back and be with the team? We don't want to keep you if you need to be
Nah,
sort
nah,
of
nah,
still.
nah. I'm good. I'm good. It's just, bro, with this match, like 12-3 CT
Yeah.
half, like we were getting dominated, and then our T half, our aggressive op plays came in, our picks came in, our trades were really good. So we're
Yeah.
working on that.
Mhm.
It's our CT side that we're really struggling on in
Mhm.
these overtimes.
Right.
Um, so it's just something we need to work on against this team is
Yeah.
doing our CT sides, but
Yeah.
God, whoever loses this game, GG to them, because that's 2 hours gone down the drain.
Yeah, man.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing, like what can like what type of things do you feel like you're gaining from this? Like do you think you're going to come out of this Counter Strike like a different person just because of how much it's taken off of your brain?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I ain't playing CS for the next couple of days. This
Just
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
enough.
You
Just
need a
one
break
game.
after this one.
this
Yeah.
is too much for me.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
No,
Well,
we
you've
don't
been
know.
playing. Yeah, you're not sure what's exactly going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've been playing out of your mind, man. I mean, especially in the second half, it feels like every single aim duel you take, you end up winning. Um, have you been in this type of situation before? I don't know how much competitive Counter Strike you've played in this sort of context, but have you been in these really long overtime slogs before, or is this sort of a new situation for you, and you're just still able to find your form?
I think I've gone up to a third or fourth overtime, maybe,
Right.
but seven.
Yeah.
Never. It's just you got to keep your head in the game. You got to still keep the enemy on their toes. You got to always peek something, take a duel and stuff.
Hmm.
Because
Mhm.
at this point of overtime, it's either you get the mentality where, all right, let's get this over with, or let's just rush, catch him off guard. And with me going all around the map, it ain't
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
No.
Well, yeah, we've seen that. They were trying to like rush banana a bunch of times, and it worked like once. But then you're just kind of able to like calm it down. You or Damos, really. Damos had an absolutely clutch round where he op switched to the
Yeah.
deagle and was able to just like hold it off in time for you to come and rotate over. So
And whiff, and then hit the other
you
shot.
hit the
Yeah.
other one. Yeah,
It's
I didn't know
okay.
you whiffed
Auto
that
director
one.
didn't catch
Yeah,
that, so
we didn't see the whiff. We saw
we
the
can
hit.
pretend that didn't happen.
Man, did you guys see when bomb was down, CT spawn, and I whiffed like 4 op shots and didn't click on the last one? That was a desk slammer for sure.
It doesn't ring a bell, but if it did, maybe I just tell you we didn't see it
Yeah.
just because you've still got maybe have more Counter Strike to play tonight. But
Yeah.
I think you've made up for it, man. I mean, the entire team has pulled through. I dare say I got to ask about kind of like what the comms are like right now. I know everybody must be just like, oh, get me
At the
out. But
beginning,
yeah,
they weren't the best.
right,
We're down 12-3. We're in a
of
negative
course.
mindset, but
Mhm.
we just started stringing round after round after round after round. And once OT hit, I think we realized we had the game. And then it's
Hmm.
just been going back and forth, back and forth. But
Yeah.
poor Eggy, man. He can only stay up till 11, and he's
Oh
at
man.
1:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's rough. I mean, there's a lot of people who might, it's not surprising. Some people might have to, might have to work tomorrow or something along those
Yeah.
lines. So, pretty tough for them. I commend you all for being able to,
Hey, you guys too.
push
You
through.
guys have been here as long as we have, so
Yeah,
it's the
man.
same mental state. We're all tired.
Yeah, we're all tired. We're all getting our reps in.
Mhm.
After
Yeah.
this night, all of us are going to be better at what we do. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's gonna be
Well,
the silver lining.
yeah, Zilla, you guys have played so many blowouts. You're literally just making it all up in this one game.
Yeah.
That's just like
Yeah.
you're making up all that
You
time.
gave us too many easy nights where we only had to cast a 16-4, 16-6, whatever. Now it's time to put in some work. That's for sure. But yeah, well, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah. No
I
worries.
hope I hope things, pan out at least. I hope we can finish the game tonight, but if we can't, I guess good luck when you do finish it.
Yeah. So news from admin.
Oh,
All
that
I
right.
was right.
apologize for the crash. We will need both teams to work together to find a date/time where they will be available to finish this match.
Oh.
Once both
All
teams
right.
have reached an agreement, please let us know by updating one of the tickets that is already open. So I'm gonna go and figure this out,
Yeah,
boys.
man.
All
Yeah.
right,
All right,
man.
later.
Thanks for coming and talking to us.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
That's that's the biggest tease I've ever seen in my life. We just got to the sixth overtime, and we're we're gonna have to call it tonight, I guess.
yeah. That's what an anticlimactic ending, at least for the day.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, this has been an insane day for like literally everything I've watched. Like,
Yeah.
If you're just tuning in, I was talking about how I watched League of Legends MSI finals. That was a 5-game series, and then I was watching some Flashpoint. You got G2, and I want to say Mouse.
Nip.
Nip, yeah,
G2 Nip.
G2 versus Ninjas in Pajamas there, and that goes to 3 maps, and there was an overtime in that one, and now again the Jets versus the Oilers. That's somehow I actually almost turned off the game when they were down 3.
It was 4-1.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm having dinner. I'm just gonna maybe I'll just like stop being tilted and turn it off. It's been a long day. I gotta relax before UV1. But then they came back and forced overtime and won that game. And then we go to this one, quadra overtime, which only ends because the server crashes. Just what a day. What a day.
Amazing. Well, I suppose that's going to do it. Thanks again to Zalek for coming in and chatting with us. That was, it really brightened up my night, I got to say. It's, to hear him in good spirits still after
for
such
sure.
a ridiculous situation.
Oh.
So it looks like we're gonna move
rescheduling.
on and reschedule the rest of this match when we sit at 25-25. And like Zalek said, it's a heartbreaker because they were, 5 against 1 in that round, and obviously it has to be replayed. You can't put yourself back into that situation or anything. So that's just one of those things that we've got to deal with. But wow, what a night.
All right. Well, Wes, thanks for joining me. You
man.
got to skip some games here and there because you had other responsibilities.
I made up for it.
Yeah,
of course, this would be the one I was available for.
We bring you back. I'm glad you're. If I was solo casting this one.
Oh yeah, no, I'm glad too. I'm glad for both of us. So, yeah. Hey, I had a good time. It's not. I don't want to treat it as this big negative.
No,
thing.
yeah, for sure.
These are
good,
fun.
These
are
good
fun moments of esports.
These are still fun, and it's one of those things you'll talk about at the end of the season and remember and reflect on. It'll be fun. Well, folks, hopefully I'll be available for when the team is able to play this end of this overtime. We'll get that going, but that'll be it for me. At Johnny Esports, Instagram, Twitter, all those things. Wes, would you like to plug yourself real quick?
Sure, at WJ Rambo, twitch.tv/JS Rambo. Although, stay tuned to those. I'm going to be releasing new social medias and making a new channel pretty soon that will be more focused just towards casting. So stay tuned for that. But for now, twitch.tv/JS Rambo, at WJ Rambo on all the socials.
All right. Peace out, everybody.
Later.
Up late, losing sleep at night. We drew our lines and met up right around the middle. I'll be okay long as you're here by my side. And I wouldn't have it any other way, if I don't know a thing about love. I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, if I don't know a thing about love. I know about us. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. All the rest we'll figure out. And I wouldn't have it any other way, if I don't know a thing about love. I know about us. No, I wouldn't have it any other way, if I don't know a thing about love. I know about us. I've been thinking too much. Hurt myself in check, but it's been one of those months where I feel everything a little too much, too deep. And I got 4 aces sitting pretty in my hand, but late at night I'm praying now the dice are gonna land until my heart is racing and I'm stressing in my sleep. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. I'm all good, I'm looking up, but baby, if I'm honest, you know I've been taking stock of every perfect little win and every close near loss I meet. And where it moves fast, run all the worst stuff. And once my wheels are turning, it's just how to turn them off. So put some sugar on my ear and tell me something sweet. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. Tricks on me now, tricks on me now, tricks on me now. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. My mind is playing tricks on me, tricks on me. It's been a while, we haven't talked. I had some time to think us through. I promise I'm not looking for you, but here you are in all the words I thought